Host, what is going on, man? Thanks for filling in. Finally got you on. It's been
Hell yeah.
long overdue.
Yeah. And it's just me and you tonight.
Yes,
I
sir.
feel like it's a date. I'll take it.
Well, date. All right, I can get behind that. You got to buy me dinner first, though. Don't get too excited. How's your night going? Good, bad, ugly.
We'll see.
Terrific. What you
Currently sitting 3-0, but looks like Texas Tech has pissed down their leg, and
Dude.
Utah was a terrible bet. So probably going to lose those. And yeah, a couple more pending. I'm pretty sure I have played the over in the North Texas game. I think that's dead, but I could have a miracle in that game. So TBD.
Well, I'll root for you. My big St. Joe's plays going right now, and I'm 5-2. Would be 6-1, but my dumbass right before tip, I was like, Memphis, or I'm not feeling it. I think it's Purdue. And yeah, I bet Purdue. Dude, I'm convinced the state of Indiana does not cover spreads.
It could be. It could be.
Dude, it's as I say, that Southern Indiana covered today, but whatever. 1-3.
Does that, if that really counts for, I mean, I guess, yeah, you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel at that point for the Indiana.
Hey, Indiana's Indiana. We
they do have IU Indy though, so
yeah. The legends, and they're catching points tomorrow. Tomorrow might be the spot. I don't know. Someone's saying I got lucky with Elon. I didn't bet the game. I wanted to. I should have. Did Miami cover the 20.5 or 21?
I don't know exactly. I know they hit my team total over. So okay. I think it was 99-70, 99-79, one of the two. So a big difference there, obviously, but I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. Actually, here I can tell you.
Curious.
99-72.
99-72. So they did cover those bastards.
So,
all right. Well, that would have been nice. I will say one thing I'm noticing so far is a lot of dogs are barking in these MTs. Lots of them. Like the two standalone games today, dogs hit. Marshall was at home.
I just don't think. I mean, those early games this morning flew over the total too. I was like, damn. I kind of wanted to play the over in the second one, but I just couldn't get there. And then it moved up to 157. But yeah, that's the love of college basketball, though. At the same time, you never really know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think if you bet like unders in a lot of these MTs for early games, I think you'll probably come out on top at the end of it. At the end of feast week would be my guess.
Yeah. I don't hate that.
Yeah, it's just a
where we
first half unders. Where we starting? You already know what the play is. This is simple. Lay it with Yale. They win by 30. Played Minnesota tough on the road,
right? You go by time, right?
Yeah. Well, KenPom, yeah. So
okay, perfect.
Top to bottom.
That's even better. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm laying it with Yale. This is simple.
I just wanted to get him set.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, we just go earliest to whenever, but simple. Yale, 30.
Yeah, I will fade Green Bay until they give me a reason not to at this point. So, Yale for me as well.
Perfect. Yeah, this is an easy one. We got Utah State at Tulane. They're laying.
Actually, can I add one more thing about that Yale game? They actually played well in that first half against Rhode Island, and then completely pissed down their leg. So I wouldn't mind a Yale first half as well. I think they absolutely slaughtered that team.
Yeah, coming in off of a loss here. Yeah, they do have Vermont on deck, but that's 9 days away. Who cares?
Yeah, that was a bad.
And they just lost. Yeah, that was horrendous. And they lost by 9. It wasn't like they lost on the buzzer. They lost by multiple possessions. Utah State's laying 11.5. I believe this is probably a neutral if I had to guess. Yep. Oh, this is the Charleston Classic. Okay, game 1.
Yeah.
Lane coming in off of forgot New Orleans pounded their ass by 22.
I think the question is more for me is that can you trust this Utah State team on a neutral? I think you can. I know I had them against VCU. I mean, I just think that this team is kind of criminally underrated. They have guys that are coming back. They have experience. They're experienced. I mean, their offense hasn't been fantastic, I guess, but at the same time, I mean, Tulane has played some definite cupcakes, and so I think some of their offensive numbers look a little bit better than they should, and they still can't rebound. And if they're not rebounding the basketball against this team or against Utah State, obviously, I think they could get absolutely killed. I don't like the fact that it's, I mean, all the way across the country for Utah State, but on paper, in my eyes, at least in my head, they should slaughter this team.
I get the minutes continuity. I get all of that. Utah State did beat VCU on a neutral. Weber State and UTEP. I know Tulane's coming in off of a really bad loss. They can match up size-wise. The Utah State really struggles with free throws. I know that's your big thing. I mean, they're shooting under 70%. Yeah. They're shooting 25% from the free throw line. I mean, Tulane gets to the free throw line and they're shooting 84% and 32% from three. They're the worst offensive rebounding team in the country, so that's very easily come back and affect them. But I just think size-wise they match up. If they show up, they should be fine. I mean, they should get to the free throw line, and they can shoot. Utah State can't hit free throws, so I mean, if you're coming down late on a neutral and Utah State's up 9 or 10, and then we play the foul game and they're going 3 of 4, 2 of 4, that could fuck you up at the end. So I'll take Tulane. Probably won't bet it unless it's a standalone game. Next, Butler playing 1.5 against South Carolina. I cannot pick a Butler game right to save my life.
I'm not betting them just because of the free throw situation, and it's already across the country.
My bad. I think I froze. And
you're good.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Butler's landed.
That's why I stopped, because I knew you froze. So
yeah, I don't know why. I'm gonna actually. Probably because I'm streaming 6 games. That might. Let's just turn a couple of these off. There we go. Butler. I can't pick a Butler game to save my life. I'll let you go first, and then I'll let you know if it's the kiss of death or not.
Are you frozen?
Yeah, can you hear me?
You back?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to turn on my phone's hotspot. I might disconnect right quick.
Yo, people make fun of Alaska Wi-Fi, Wisconsin Wi-Fi. Yo, using your phone? Actually, you know what? My phone actually has pretty good Wi-Fi hotspot too. Be working in the mountains of Alaska. We're back.
Okay, we're back. I'm on my hotspot. Of course, my Wi-Fi would have issues. One day we have someone on.
Of course.
So I don't know what you talked about for this game. Did you pick anything or?
I didn't talk about anything because you were going in and out. I didn't know if we were going to keep going, but I actually have a really good number on this. I actually bet this number at open. I got South Carolina +4, which is obviously a little bit wild here, but I just thought that these teams were kind of equal, to say the least. And I like the fact that this game is going to be over in West Virginia, and Butler likes to play fast. I just think that South Carolina can match up with them defensively. Obviously, Butler's a pretty good defensive team, but you're going to give me a South Carolina team that actually offensively has looked pretty good so far. Obviously, nothing great as far as the schedule, actually a very, very cupcake schedule. So there will be a step up in class with Butler, but I thought this game was like 2. KenPom had this 3. So when I picked off a 4 as soon as this line came out, I still think that South Carolina wins. But I think that I would probably take the points, obviously, but I just don't feel like there's any real advantage here for Butler. And if they slow this game down and Butler struggles to score, South Carolina is going to have a huge advantage, especially at the free throw line.
Yeah. Butler's free throws are horrendous and they're turnover prone. That's what I don't like. But we all know I can't pick a game right with Butler. I like South Carolina, unfortunately. Sorry. I do like South Carolina. I know Butler can get in transition in this total. Kind of implies that there should be some
points, okay. But they'll win.
Yeah, well, probably. Exactly. They'll get fouled with like 2 seconds left, and they'll hit the free throw. South Carolina, though, not betting that game. Here we go. Alabama State, IU Indy. Alabama State's been in Colorado this will be their third straight Colorado game.
For me, it's over. Just going to continue to play overs with this IU Indy team until they give me a reason not to. So it's high. It's high for a reason. This didn't really take long for me. I haven't bet this yet. I don't think I have got to it by this point, but it would only be over for me.
Yeah, I can't argue that. I would honestly, I think Alabama State's third straight Colorado game. I'm tempted to just lay it with them. IU Indy just basically, I don't know if they can keep it within it. Alabama State gave that Air Force game away, and now they're used to the elevation. I'll take them. I'm not going to bet it.
Well, and that's part of the reason why I like the over too, is that I don't think you're going to see much tired legs from Alabama State, so which definitely helps. Yeah. But I think, and obviously the 2.5 is a little bit different, but as long as it's like a full like a 3.5 or more, I think that we're going to see as we go forward, you play IU Indy as a dog and fade them as a favorite. I think that's going to be a common theme in the rest of the next couple months. So we'll see.
I was with you when I was looking at this. I was like, IU Indy as a dog is the spot, but Alabama State's better in Colorado and used to it. And IU Indy doesn't play defense. I think at some point IU Indy might get a little gas and State kind of somehow pulls away. They're laying, 2.5. I feel like that's kind of telling, but
yeah, I agree with I agree as well.
IU Indy.
Well, I mean, IU Indy.
UMass is catching. Oh, go for it.
No, you're good. I was just going to say they were laying multiple. They were laying multiple possessions of that game. They should have never been.
Yeah, I fell for the soup, but it was fun. UMass is catching one against Charleston. Isn't this in Charleston?
It's in St. Thomas. No, it's in St. Thomas.
I thought they were playing in their own MTE. UMass is only catching a point.
Dude, I don't know, man.
Charleston's played Liberty, FAU, and Drake. And that was Drake off of that home loss again.
I don't know, man. I really like Frank Martin, and I don't know. If you bet Charleston, I can't argue against it, but they can't stop anybody. And unless I know that UMass has a little turnover problems and whatnot, but unless they're just completely turning the ball over consistently, I just don't know how Charleston gets enough stops here. I really don't. So it would be like a UMass team total over for me. But again, it's in the islands. I don't know if I love it. It would only be UMass here for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to take Charleston, but Frank, I don't know. This line stinks. You know what? I'll dive into UMass. This line is disgusting. I'll take it, but I'm not playing this game. UMass has played nobody. They played Marshall, lost at home, and then this is the first time actually leaving home too. Charleston's been on the road and had a neutral, so reversing back and taking Charleston. I'm not betting this game though.
And UMass can't hit free throws. Again, I still lean UMass, but there's so many reasons not to bet them. I just can't find a reason to bet Charleston. Besides, I would agree with Trevor. The line's a little stinky.
Next, Davidson, Boston College. Boston College is laying points. Yeah, I know what. They're down 4. I see. JK, they're down 6. Terrible.
No, they suck.
Man, again, dogs are covering.
Yeah, that's true. St. Joe's up 3.
Hey, it's a lot of game left, but I like it.
Fucking USC isn't doing anything either.
I was
That's
just
starting to
about
piss me off.
to switch the old multi-view over to put that on. But yeah, Boston College laying a point here. I haven't bet Boston College games, so I don't really have like anything to say. But I will say Davidson has been a wagon, an absolute wagon this year. They've been really, really good, minus that debacle against was that Bowling Green or Charlotte or something where they had the game and then blew it the last like 4 minutes and didn't cover. But I think Davidson's pretty damn good. I'd take Davidson.
I think that Davidson's good. I think that where Boston College has the huge edge is defensively. I don't know. I don't know if I like the Davidson offense more or the Boston College defense more. So it kind of puts me in a jam here. But I mean, even if you look at like collegebasketballanalytics.com and stuff, I mean, the defensive rating for Boston College is significantly better than Davidson. So, and the offensive ratings, I mean, Davidson does have a little bit of an advantage there, but I mean, it's not as, I mean, it's pretty much the same. So for me, I actually kind of lean towards the under here. I don't think I'm actually going to bet it, but neither one of these teams play a very fast pace. Obviously, that's why we're getting in a total under 140 here. But in a game like this, on a neutral court in one of these MTEs, like we talked about, like I said, neither one of these teams play slow or play fast. Boston College can't shoot free throws to save their life. I just think that Boston College both of these teams could play good defense and maybe a Davidson team total under, but I think you play on the Boston College defense more than anything personally.
I can't really argue any of that. I'm just high on Davidson, and Boston College is Boston College at the end of the day. So there's that. But yeah, opposites. I'm not betting this game. Are you?
Probably not. No. I just don't like.
Here we go.
I already bet this game.
You don't like betting what?
Those first games in MTEs, and that I like really, really like it. Like if I'm like just like wishy-washy or just straight gambling, then whatever. But it takes a lot for me to actually bet them. Like for instance, like today, I really liked Memphis. That's I thought that number was insane.
Yeah, I'm so stupid.
Yeah, in your own head. I've been there.
I'm good for those for like 1 or 2 a week. I do that, and I'm just like, "Why you idiot? You capped it last night. You liked it, and then you're like, nah, fuck all that." But this one's easy. This is the revenge spot. Wisconsin money line plus 4.5. Take the over 2. There will be points, and there will be a dead Bobcat or Wildcat, whatever the fuck BYU is. It will be slaughtered and laying at the middle of the floor. Bucky. We win by 7. We win by 7 comfortably. Late game free throws.
I played the over in this game. I played 158.5. So obviously this number continues to go up, but I don't disagree with Trevor at all. With Bucky, I think that BYU used a lot of gas like in that UConn game. Obviously, I know it was 6 days ago or whatever, but now you're going to have to ask them to get up for another game. Obviously, this one, semi-home, so obviously it's a little bit different, but it's still not a true home game for BYU. So I just feel like offensively, you can count on BYU just because of the names that they have and the amount of scores that they're going to be able to throw out there, no matter even if guys get in foul trouble. But I think that Wisconsin offensively is probably a top 20 team, if not better. And I'm kind of trying to pump the brakes there. But I mean, with some of the competition that they've played, obviously BYU is going to be a significant step up in class. And this is the first true away game for Wisconsin. But I know Helms said it before the season started that this Badgers team is not going to be able to play defense. So I'll trust that BYU can score, and I'll trust that Wisconsin can score. I lean Wisconsin as well. I wanted a little bit more points with them, but I did bet the over already.
Yeah, the over seems like the no-brainer play in this one.
Wisconsin's up to 6.
Up to 6? That's fine. Let these dumb sons of bitches bet BYU.
Well, it's 6 on 2 books. It's 4.5 on DK. It's 6 on Caesars and Bet365. 6 6.5 minus 115 on BetMGM.
6.5. Okay.
I actually, you know what, man? I think that's ridiculous.
It's getting up there. Let it keep going up. People are stupid.
Now I'm gonna look.
Adamantza. He's getting smoked tomorrow. He ain't doing shit. We're locking him down. Clamp City.
Trevor, he's gonna score 25 points.
If he's lucky. I would take the under on his points. He's getting locked down. Absolute clamps. Greg Garden masterclass tomorrow. The assassin.
If he doesn't go off, Richie Sanders is going to go off, or Saunders is going to go off. Somebody's going off against that defense. You know it, and I know it.
As long as it's not the tater tot kid, I'll be that kid. He pissed me and my friends off so bad last year. My buddy texted me today, and he's just like, "Tater tot down tomorrow." I was like, "Fuck yeah." Northwestern's catching 3.5 here against Virginia.
This is a hard one.
This line kind of stinks. No, has Virginia left home yet? Actually,
yeah. No, they haven't. I really don't know with this one. I really want to play Northwestern. I feel these teams are like extremely, extremely even. So, and Northwestern has played an away game. They did beat DePaul, who, I mean, it's still DePaul, but they're at least 113 in KenPom. It's not absolutely terrible. So I like the fact that they're kind of a deeper team as well. So that maybe that helps on a neutral if you have to get multiple guys on the floor. But I don't really know. I don't really have a good gauge on Virginia yet. I'm just going to say that right now. Mm-hmm. I know. So I really want to bet Northwestern. KenPom has this one. I don't think either one of these teams should be catching 3. So that being said, if Virginia was +3, I know they're not, but I'm just saying if Virginia was +3, I would probably be looking at Virginia. I just think this game should be closer to a pick, -1, something like that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Northwestern. I know they're young and this is a new team, but Martinelli still the heart and soul of this team, and they play really hard for Chris Collins. Odom, first time leaving home with Virginia. I know it's a neutral, but still leaving home. But I will say that win over Marshall by 26 was impressive. They curb stomped Marshall. That was an impressive win. But other than that, Rider, NC Central, Hampton, like they've really played nobody. So they had one test. I'd say they passed it, but I think we're getting a little inflated line with this one, just due to Virginia getting a little bit of publicity. They've looked good. Their defense is good. Their offense is clicking, but now they're leaving home. You get a Northwestern team that's scrappy, fights to the end for Chris Collins, and I think honestly has the best player on the floor with Martinelli tomorrow. So give me, I'll bet this one. Give me Northwestern with the 3.5. Add it to the
just wait, Trevor, because there's 4.5 popping up all over the place.
Oh, beautiful.
Actually, yeah, I would bet that 4.5 soon. I don't know. I have to look a little bit deeper on odds logic, but yeah, it looks like 4.5 starting to get juiced a little bit, maybe. But yeah, definitely can get a 4.5 out there.
Neither team shoots free throws well, but Northwestern 3% better for what it's worth. Iona is catching 10.5 against Akron. Akron is.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Why can't I find that name on my notes? I know I wrote that down.
I want to lay with Akron so bad.
Oh, that's what it was, because they just beat up Princeton. Okay, I was like, I couldn't figure out in my head why I had Iona on a hotspot circled, but yeah, they just killed Princeton. That's what it was. Not that Princeton's like some fancy team, but I'm just saying it was impressive.
Touche, it was. Beat a team by 20 points.
I don't know, man. On a neutral, these teams, first of all, both of these teams kind of stink. I don't know. Do you have you can go, because it would only probably be Akron for me. But again, do I really want to bet it? Not really. But coming off of that Purdue game, I mean, seeing that Purdue defense and now this Iona defense, I mean, it's going to be an absolute breath of fresh air. So, and I'm getting a team that doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, it's 10.5 points, but again, everything that you would look for, I love it. Iona defensively has been pretty good. So again, this one's really hard, but it would only be Akron for me. I think they're head and shoulders better.
Yeah, Akron for me. Like you said, coming off that Purdue game, they played Purdue pretty damn tough. I'll give them that. Like you said, they don't turn it over. 11% turnover rate versus 17% here for Iona, and they shoot 78% versus 67% on the free throw line too, which is what you want with a late game, a team to close it out. They can actually shoot free throws. So they're not the tallest team in the world, but they're all right. Iona's not the biggest team either. Akron can score. They can force turnovers. They can run up and down. And they're coming off that Purdue win. I'll take Akron. I'm a big Akron fan. They've treated me nice this year. So I'll go back to the well with Akron here. Georgia Southern, Florida State. I would lay it with Florida State. I'm not doing anything with this game.
I kind of want to
pass if you don't want to talk about it.
No, I kind of want to lay it with Florida State personally. I don't know if I could actually do it, but I think that they just got done playing, obviously, a really good Florida team. Obviously, they barely lost that game, and then they played Tennessee Martin, and Tennessee Martin just kind of has a horseshoe up their ass, as I like to say, and they still won that game. I can't remember off the top of my head. Martin. I want to see what the shot quality score of that game was, because if I remember correctly, it wasn't as bad. They should have lost to Florida State by almost 40 in shot quality. So just a really, really bad performance, or a good performance for Florida State, but didn't really look like it as far as the scoreboard is concerned. Tennessee Martin still covered, but I think that Florida State can run up and down on this Georgia Southern team. And if Georgia Southern isn't going to be able, and I know that they like to play fast as well, but I don't think they're going to be able to score on this Florida State defense. I think Florida State could win this game by 25 plus, to be dead honest with you guys. I think they absolutely smoked Georgia Southern. I think the high total kind of throws me off a little bit, but I think that's more of because Georgia and Southern and how fast they've played, and neither one of these teams have turned the ball over. But again, I think that the Florida, and I don't think that nothing's crazy saying this. The Florida State defense is head and shoulders better than this Georgia Southern defense. So I think I would go under, and I would take Florida State by big. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, I think they just absolutely slaughter them, roll through them. They got the crazy size advantage too. They can shoot and rebound. I think it's going to be a long night for Georgia Southern.
Yo, I got to go catch a flight to USC to punch Eric Musselman in the face. He's got 12 points in the first. Yo.
Hey, I will say, as somebody who had Marshall today, they were down like 10 to Pine Bluff. Troy's going to get tired legs. USC's going to drill him here at some point. They're just having a little off night. No, they'll be fine. Second half, they're gonna...
I freaking loved the USC. I went to shit pisses me off. Anyway, I'm sorry.
We're good. No, you're good. We bitch on this show. They'll be fine. I'm with you on USC. They'll be just fine. You got to grab that rebound. They're getting bitched on the boards, and there's a preventable 3 after the second offensive board. Columbia Lehigh. I've liked Columbia this year. They fell asleep the last 10 minutes of that last game and hooked the cover. But I mean, they looked dominant and in control. Like they were up like 16 at halftime, and then did nothing to end the game here. Lehigh just beat St. Francis and Valley Forge. But I will say, Houston, West Virginia, Rutgers, kind of a tough schedule. Now you get Columbia at home. Columbia, last time it was Connecticut. I'm not even going to put anything on that. But Columbia, massive size advantage. They can actually shoot a little bit and rebound, unlike Lehigh here. 350th in offensive boards, 67% from the free throw line. Yeah, they're giving up a ton of inside points. I'll take Columbia again. This line kind of stinks to me now, personally.
Under. I think that for one, both these teams play extremely slow. And defensively, I mean, Columbia is pretty decent defensively, and Lehigh, I mean, they're significantly better defensively compared to what they are offensively. So I think this game's more of a rock fight. Neither one of these teams shoot free throws very well. I don't understand why this game is over 140, 141. I had this game at like 139. I'm on the under here. I don't understand why this number is so high, to be dead honest with you guys.
I don't hate the under. Both these teams like to play slow, and they're Lehigh's kind of ugly offensively. But again, those stats could be skewed from that ridiculous schedule they've played. So
agreed.
Maybe it's a nice buy low spot for Lehigh and sell high on Columbia. Columbia hitting the road again, but I still just think this is a spot Columbia will end up pulling away. Late game free throws, they can shoot and make shots when need be. So I'll take Columbia here, but not bet this one. SIUE at Air Force. Air Force off of a win. Do we fade? But Southern Illinois just got to Colorado here. They're kind of doing a world tour too, aren't they?
Yeah, and Air Force does have IU Indy on deck. So big game on deck.
True. Never even thought of that.
Just saying. I just want to throw that out there. I didn't want anybody to be able to say I didn't say it. I said it.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's got to be mentioned.
I don't understand why this number is so short, to be dead honest with you guys. I made SIUE like at least 2 possessions, maybe not 6, like 5.5. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, they've played a significantly better schedule. I understand this game is on the road and it's their 4th game. So yeah, it's not a great scheduling spot, but who is Air Force to be? I mean, who are we worried about Air Force? I mean, because they played one good game against Alabama State. I mean, I don't really get it. The only thing that honestly, the only thing that's a negative here is the scheduling spot for SIUE. But besides that, they have a significant advantage in every part of this basketball game. So I'm going to be laying it with SIUE for sure.
Yeah, that would be the side I would go on. This line stinks really bad, but I would lean SIUE, but I like the under more in this. Both play slow. SIUE headed up to elevation. Air Force and SIUE both cannot shoot free throws to save their life, or really shoot or do anything offensively. Well, Air Force off of a win, I think they're going to be a little sluggish, and then SIUE heading up to elevation. I think this game's just a disgusting crawler where it's like 61 to like 58 final. That's what this game screams to me. So give me the under. I will bet this one. Oakland laying 1.5 against Eastern Michigan. Okay. This has got to be like a road game, right? Yeah.
I just want to say though, shout out to you for skipping Lafayette and Stonehill. I'm sure that wasn't easy for you, and I respect you for that.
They just didn't have lines, so I was like, all right, well, they get lost in the shuffle today.
All right. This is a fun one, though.
Skip that one anyway.
Eastern Michigan. Yeah, probably. Eastern Michigan coming off that nice win against Detroit Mercy. Weren't you on them? I can't remember.
I don't think so. No, I don't think I've been involved in a Detroit Mercy game.
Somebody I know, I swear, had Eastern Michigan, but I don't remember who. I didn't bet that game.
Like Mac, probably.
Could be. Kind of want to bet Oakland here again.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just kind of like addicted to betting this team, but the only time that it really, 2 for 2, so I guess we'll see. But we're getting them essentially a pick 'em with, I mean, I don't think anybody needs me to tell them if you're watching this show right now, the significant step down in class that Oakland's going to be taking here. They've played road games against Michigan, Purdue, Houston, and UCF. So not a great scheduling spot here against Eastern Michigan, but at the same time, that's the number one strength of schedule in the country. And they still don't turn the basketball over. They're one of the best teams in the country as far as turnover percentage, and they hit their free throws. So I'm not trying to make a case that Eastern Michigan's a terrible basketball team. I mean, they did play Pitt, and then I know that IU Indy, losing to IU Indy isn't great when you see like IU Indy at 331, but it's early in the season. A lot of these guys are trying to figure out how to play together, and you play an IU Indy team that plays like a freaking JV basketball team, just literally running up, and you can't give them a complete pass there because they did lose to a team that's 331 in KenPom. But at the same time, I kind of throw that game out in a way, just because again, it's not acceptable to lose, but both of those teams suck. So I just think, regardless though, I think that Oakland's a play, not to mention the fact that Eastern Michigan has Louisville on deck. Not that I think that they think they're going to win that game, but Oakland's finally starting to hit their easy part of their schedule. And I think they started off well tomorrow.
Yeah, Campy definitely scheduled this at the end of it. Be like, all right, one last road game. We'll play Eastern Michigan, and then we're finally at home. They played a D2 team at home, but yeah. This total feels high. Both the teams like to play slow. Eastern Michigan can't shoot. Oakland plays the zone, so like they're not forcing turnovers, but they're making shots really tough on you. They've gone through a gauntlet, and now you get Eastern Michigan. This line feels weird. To me,
yeah,
like total
I'd be
feels
curious
high,
to see.
Spread feels weird.
I will say that I did look at the total too. I will say, if you look at Oakland's schedule and you see teams like, obviously, like we just went over at Michigan and Purdue and stuff, but like Michigan likes to run fast, but Purdue likes to play really, really slow. UCF is so. Obviously, Houston plays really slow. So my point to that is that I'm not really sure if we can take the pace that Oakland's playing with right now and apply it to the rest of the year. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. It's not like Campy's known for running like a super, super fast pace, especially over the last couple of years. But again, I think it's really hard for a team like Oakland to establish their pace when you're playing literally the top 15 teams in the country over and over again. So, or one of the top 15 teams in the country over and over again.
Yeah, I could see that. That might explain why this total's there. They finally get an opponent on their level and can, run up and down a little bit, force some turnovers, get some runouts. But that zone, I still think is going to make it tough for Eastern Michigan. I'm under, but I'm staying off the board. But there's the dog barking, so that means Eastern Michigan.
There's a moose in my yard. They don't like the moose. They're okay with everything else. It's the moose that they don't like. They do not like. Well, they eat their pumpkins and stuff. They're just not. It's cool, but it's not.
It's cool, but not really. Fuck those guys.
Not when you have to fucking recarve a pumpkin because a moose came by and ate it.
They're just, helping out Mother Nature. Just being a good Samaritan.
I agree, but I don't like carving pumpkins. So, yeah.
Fair. Jason, I'm on Hawaii minus the 2.5. Toaster, you bet that late game?
I bet under 138 or 48, whatever the number is. I think it's went down a little bit. Yeah, under 148. It's Jesus Christ. It's 143 now. I'll forget that. But yeah, I'm on the under. Sniper.
Sniper. Speaking of sniper, we got the Louisville Snipers laying 8.5 against Cincinnati. Is Louisville's left home this year, correct or no? I feel like they've been at home actually every single game. Yep, and they have.
Well, I was going to say, yeah. I always keep on thinking, for some reason, I keep on thinking that the Kentucky game is a semi-home, but it's not. It wasn't. It was a home game. I don't know why I have that in my head.
Well,
did you bet this already?
There was no letdowns. I want to bet Louisville, but they're hitting the road for the first time. They did come back after the Kentucky game and drilled Ohio, so that they weren't sleepwalking through that. It just tells me Pat Kelsey's always going to have these guys ready, no matter the situation. They're going to be ready to rock and roll. So I'll lay the 8.5 with Louisville. I think they just pound Cincinnati. Wes Miller, not a huge fan of him. I mean, they're scoring 72 on Mount St. Mary's. They did beat Dayton by 12, but they're not scoring. 94 in Western Carolina. Other than that, 74, 74, 72. And that includes Georgia State and Mount St. Mary's in there. So their offense isn't really doing much. If their defense clamps, so be it. But we got a 163 total. That kind of implies to me that they think Louisville gets what they want. I'm going to lay it with Louisville. Minus 8.5. I don't care if it's square. They should pummel Cincinnati here.
I mean, Louisville has been square for a year, and they keep on paying out. So it's hard to. I've been on the I hate Louisville train. I don't bet against them every game, but it's really hard to hate if somebody takes Louisville because they've been. I mean, almost positive they've been ATS machines. It's going back to last year, but I played the over. I got it at 162. I would still play it at 163 here. Yes, Cincinnati offensively is disgusting. There's no question about that, but they play with a lot of pace, and that's this type of game that Louisville likes to play. So if I think we're just going to get up and down pace, and I personally think that Louisville is going to put up 100 points. So last year, their first road game was on the road in Kentucky. They lost that game 93-85, and they followed it up by going to Florida State the very next, or whatever, a week later on the road and put 90 up. So they did play some neutral games in there against Indiana and whatnot, but as far as a true road game, last year they were fine. And again, not that you put too much into that, but I'm not really worried about Pat Kelsey and this team putting up points. It's defensively, I'm not really sure if they're all there. So obviously, I don't think that Cincinnati's anywhere near the Kentucky team, but I mean, like I said, I still feel like Louisville should put up 100 here. They've put up 100 in 3 of their 4 games. They've 96 against Kentucky. They put up 100 here. I think Cincinnati can easily score 65 or so. It's like 101-66 is the final, something like that.
I can get behind that. Louisville by a million.
Yeah.
No, I can see that happening. Louisville by a million. Central Connecticut's catching 15 against Rutgers. Give me the points. Rutgers has been laying these numbers and not doing anything. Central Connecticut's a good team. They're a respectable program. They've got pageantry, they've got history, they've got greatness. This is just going to be another step in this. You lost to UMass because you were looking forward to Rutgers. They want the big boys. They've beaten Boston College on the road. Now you got Rutgers, who's winning by 9 against American, 12 against Lehigh, 12 against Maine. They pounded Rider. Awesome. But Central Connecticut, whole different beast. Give me the points.
Well, you didn't even mention the best part about this game. Rutgers has Tennessee on deck in 3 days in a neutral in Las Vegas, all the way across the country. Central Connecticut's live tomorrow, boys. I'm all over Central Connecticut as well. Air high five together. This number is absolutely ridiculous. Rutgers is not that good at all. This number makes absolutely no sense to me. This is actually kind of like a get up game for Central Connecticut as well. I mean, they beat Boston College, who's not far off of as far as Rutgers is concerned. They barely lost to UMass. I think that honestly, Central Connecticut thinks they could beat Rutgers. Like I truly believe that. I truly believe they're live tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But they easily do, because you know why? Because they freaking will. You're 100% right. Central Connecticut is live. They've gone into these situations and beat teams. Rutgers is very similar to Boston College, in my opinion. To an extent, the offense is uglier for Rutgers here, but Central Connecticut can play some defense, and they've gone into these spots and gotten an outright W. And Rutgers is not cleaning anybody's clocks this year. So give me Central Connecticut, and Clark is right. Under is probably a better look. Under is probably a great look in this one, but Central Connecticut is not going to get blown out here. This is going to be a game. Speaking of a game, Detroit's catching 31 and a half at Michigan State. I will take Michigan State. I'm not betting this. I'm guessing Michigan State's got a bit of a look ahead, though. If I had to guess, Eastern Carolina on deck. Nope. Give me just lay it with Michigan State. I'm not doing anything else.
Man, I really want to play Detroit Mercy. I just coming off that Kentucky game. Yes, they have Eastern Carolina on deck, but then they play North Carolina, Iowa, Duke. I just feel like feast week could be fat and lazy week for Sparty. Not that I think that they're going to lose this game or anything like that, but 31 or so, that's a lot. Yeah, I don't know if I could actually do it, but if this gets to like 34-ish, something like that, I'd probably take a stab at it. We'll see.
I wouldn't. That's probably the way to do this, is just wait it out and just, you know what, if Michigan State wins by 37, so be it.
Exactly.
But I mean, yeah, Danny Dumbshit, former Izzo assistant coaching Detroit. That's a very good point. That's just another feather in that. So you guys are starting to sway me more towards Detroit. I just had nothing in this game, and now I'm like, you know what? Detroit might be a good look tomorrow. They lose by 29.
I would love that.
I might join you tomorrow. Charlotte's catching 1.5 against App State. Charlotte's looked all right this year, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, no, they lost to Davidson, Virginia Tech. Beat Indiana State and Tennessee Tech. Not bad. App State has beaten Dartmouth and NC Central. They lost to Central Michigan by 16 this year. That is rough. That is very rough. Yeah, I don't know. They've played nobody. Charlotte's at least played Davidson and Virginia Tech. They went to Virginia Tech, lost by 8. They've got a D2 school on deck. So end of the road trip here. Are they looking to get home or just beat App State? But I'll take Charlotte here. They've played some good teams. They played tough. I think they try to end this road trip with a W instead of going 0-2 on the road to start the year. This is a winnable game for Charlotte here. They struggle with free throws. Both teams do, but Charlotte can rebound. They've got a significant size advantage, a 2-inch average of height advantage over these guys. So they got a lot of height. They can rebound and they can shoot the three, 53rd in the country. So I'll take Charlotte. I think they get this done after playing tough at Blacksburg. I think they bounce back here and get a W.
Yeah, I just didn't understand why we were getting points with Charlotte, to be honest with you. I have this game circled. I haven't bet it yet. But I think Charlotte is a significantly better team. Offensively, I think they're significantly better. I think defensively, these teams are pretty much even. But I truly can't figure out why we're catching points with Charlotte. I like the fact that you mentioned how much bigger Charlotte is. I mean, Charlotte is a very, very good rebounding team, especially offensively. And that's something that App State is not. I have, like I said, I have Charlotte circled. I haven't bet them yet. I honestly felt Charlotte should be laying like 2.5. So unless the books are just assuming this is like a terrible spot for them, but for Charlotte after that Virginia Tech loss, but I don't really see it. So like I said, I have them circled. I haven't bet it yet. Probably will.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Charlotte. I might bet this. I kind of like this. This is a get up spot, but I got nothing on this right now. Dub V catching 3.5 against Clemson. I'll take the points of West Virginia. Yeah. This is a grind you out team. It's a 133 total. That is a West Virginia total. Positive this has got to be out of neutral because everything is basically tomorrow. But West Virginia is feisty. They play great defense. They actually have some shooters this year to go against Clemson. This is their first time leaving. It is a neutral, but Clemson has gone on the road to Georgetown. They took the L. That was easy money with Georgetown that day. Now they got West Virginia here on a neutral. West Virginia, they don't have the size. I'll give them that, but they get to the free throw line. They can shoot the three. The defense is just lights out. I just can't see Clemson having that much success and West Virginia struggling that much to where Clemson can cover this in a low scoring game. I think West Virginia's defense keeps them in it, and they're live. I just think they're so tough and they don't stop. So give me Ross Hodge in these Mountaineers plus 3.5.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I kind of think that Clemson's kind of fugazi personally. I don't think that Georgetown, I like Georgetown. I don't think they're as good as this West Virginia team is personally. And what we have in common with Georgetown and West Virginia is that it's a step up in class for Clemson, and it's not at home. Yes, Clemson looked really good at home against bottom feeder teams like New Hampshire and Gardner-Webb and Morehead State and North Alabama. But like Trevor mentioned, they lost to Georgetown, and now they're going on the road to it. It is a neutral, so that does help their case like a little bit. But West Virginia played Pitt. I mean, all these games are at home as well, but I mean, it's not like there's any huge scheduling difference here. I think it's pretty much the same thing when you look at these two teams. Clemson has a little bit of might have a little bit of an edge, but I don't think it is one at all. And then you mentioned the rebounding, and yeah, Clemson is a much bigger team, but I think that the West Virginia defense kind of makes up for that. So you might see some second chances for Clemson, but it's not like it's going to be clean looks and second chances. So I think it's just going to be more balls going up off the rim and stuff like that. And if that's the case, I'll take my chances with, like Trevor said, a low total anyway, to getting all the points I can get. I want to see what this number gets to, because I think that Clemson might take some money here. But I think these teams are a lot more equal than they were giving them credit for.
Yeah, I'm with you. So Mountaineer up tomorrow. Let's go. Charleston Southern's catching 9.5 against Eastern Carolina. Over under 157.5.
This should be a smash spot for East Carolina, in my opinion. They went on. I mean, they're 1-2, and obviously they have 2 road losses against top 115 teams in KenPom. I mean, yeah, they have Michigan State on deck. I don't think that they have a chance of winning that game, or they think that they do. I think that this is a really good chance for them to get things right against the Charleston Southern team that's not really good. I will give them credit. They have been playing games on the road, but they played the 13th, the 14th, the 18th, and now the 21st at away, at home, on a neutral. So they've been kind of all over the place. I just don't really like the spot for Charleston Southern, especially after East Carolina kind of getting embarrassed by UNC Wilmington. I think they return the favor to Charleston Southern. I think they win by double digits.
Yeah, I'm with you. Coming off of that, they just got slaughtered by 25. They do have Michigan State on deck, but I think Schwartz is going to be like, "Hey, we got to get right, or we're going to lose by 100 to Michigan State." So I think this is a game East Carolina takes seriously, and they just pummeled South Carolina. I'm with you. Pirates up tomorrow.
Arr,
matey. Morehead State catching 11.5 versus Eastern Tennessee State. Over under 145.5. Let's pull this up. Take a gander.
Dude, this doesn't make any sense to me, man, at all. I kind of want to play Morehead State, and I kind of want to play them on the money line. What's the big difference with these two teams? I mean, I just don't really see it. Morehead State has really bad metrics everywhere across the board because they've played the 4th hardest schedule in the country. I mean, what do you expect them to do when they're on the road at Wake Forest, on the road at Georgia, on the road at Clemson? I mean, I just don't get it. So yes, East Tennessee State is going to look a little bit better on paper, but I don't think it's that big of a difference. And if that's the case, I mean, if I honestly had this game circled at 7, not that it was ever 7, I made this game 7.5. The fact that this is double digits, I mean, I don't know what their money line number is, but it's probably close to like 8, 9 to 1, something like that. I don't know, but I just think that number is absolutely insane personally. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah, I was with you. You took it out of my plus 440 for Morehead. They're down to 10.5 now on DraftKings. Yeah, Morehead,
5
like
to
you
1,
said, they played. 5 to 1, even better. Morehead, yeah, at Wake Forest, at Georgia, at Clemson. Yeah, obviously they got slaughtered. But the one of the two or three things they did well, they rebounded. They played that schedule. They have the 50th best offensive rebounding numbers, and they can shoot 73% at the line. So that's good. East Tennessee State fouls a decent amount. They can force turnovers, so that's going to kind of kill them. But it's not like East Tennessee State does anything really well. They shoot under 70% from the line, under 32% from three. Moorhead doesn't let you score inside, so that takes away what East Tennessee likes to do best. But again, you got Moorhead State playing a team that's on their level for once. They just went through the gauntlet, similar to Oakland, and now you get an inflated number with an East Tennessee team because Moorhead is 1-3 and like towards the bottom of the country in a lot of these metrics, just due to their schedule. So I'm with you, Moorhead, and then a money line sprinkle. It sounds fun. I like Moorhead with the points, but that money line sprinkle sounds fun. Count me in with that.
Moorhead for the Pirates. Back to back.
Who doesn't love the Moorhead State? We all love Moorhead State. Albany catching 10 against Siena, over under 142.5.
Let me pull this up.
Yeah, I see you got Siena off of a home loss to Colgate by 3. Albany at Marquette, at UMass, at Rhode Island, all L's and convincing L's. Their wins are Sunny Delhi and Paul Smith. They beat Paul Smith by 49. Poor Paul. They played nobody. It's not like a murderous schedule. Marquette's not that good. They still beat them by almost 30. Mass by 20. Siena, I think, coming off of a loss, and you're at home again before you hit the road for a road game and then an MTE. I think Siena kills them. And that's true, Crutch. The Siena loss was on a buzzer beater. I think this is a Siena smash
pop. I 100% agree with you. As far as Ken Palm is concerned, both of these teams, Siena's significantly better, but I'm looking at like the net ratings on CBB Analytics and stuff, and it's pretty significant lean to Siena. I haven't bet. I don't think I'm going to end up betting it, but Albany, especially offensively, they just cannot score to save their life. And I'm not trying to make that case that Siena defensively is some masterclass or anything like that. But as far as a mid-major team like they are very, very good, and they force turnovers at a very, very high rate. So I wouldn't mind an Albany team total under or a Siena team total over. But yeah, it's only Siena for me.
Yeah, Crutch, another good point. It is a big rivalry game, regionality here. Regardless, I just think Siena looking to get back on track after losing at the buzzer. And a tough home loss before they hit the road here. So I'm taking Siena in the rivalry game. I'll take it, no problem. We got Coastal Carolina laying 1.5 against Western Illinois. I have not gotten eyes on either of these teams yet this year whatsoever. This line stinks, actually.
It's Western Illinois for me. The only reason that I have had some eyes on Western Illinois is that they did like a little California trip where they played Cal Baptist in Bakersfield. So they were on some of my smaller TVs, but I think that going on the road to Iowa in getting beat, it wasn't terrible. They lost by, 20 or 19 or whatever it was, but that's obviously a much, much better team than them. I don't even think that's bad. I'd be curious to know what the line was in that game. To see if they covered. But I think this is a really good spot for them, especially coming off a huge step down in class from their first 4 games. Maybe not so much versus Radford, but again, that was their first game of the year on the road. They finally got right against a non-Division I team. And you have Coastal Carolina here coming in here, second game of a road trip, but again, nothing special there. But I just don't feel like there's any huge advantage for Coastal Carolina. Both these teams are pretty bad, but I do think that Western Illinois is a little bit better defensively. Their numbers aren't going to show that, but like I said, they've played a pretty damn good schedule. I think it's like a top 100 or something like that schedule. So it would only be Western Illinois for me. I'm not going to bet it, but I think the step down in class and actually playing a couple games at home and having their legs under them is going to mean a lot for the Leathernecks. So Leatherneck up for me.
Yeah, I again haven't watched either of these teams, but based on this line and everything Tosa, give me Western Illinois. Not going to bet this Speaking of another game, I'm not going to bet Morgan State, Old Dominion. I got nothing in this. It would be ODU after that piss poor performance at Xavier, but I'm not betting this. Toast anything in this.
Well, not just that. They lost by 20, 26.
Yeah, they got smacked.
23 to George Washington, too. So they're off of back-to-back games where they lost 96, 73, 99, 70, or 69. I mean, yes, you would assume that they're going to come in here and blow this team. You would think they would blow this team out, but I can't lay points with this team until I actually see them play well. Obviously, a significant step down in class, but there's no chance in hell I'm asking them to win by 14 and being comfortable with it. No way in hell.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but respect George Washington. That is the A-10 champs this year. They are going to win the A-10. That team is a fucking way. My dumbass forgot to bet them yesterday. I bet them every single game this year, and they cover with ease. Until they make that line 30, I'm taking it. Another game I got nothing on. Upstate versus West Georgia. West Georgia's off a win, actually, if I remember correctly here. Yes, they're off of back-to-back wins. Citadel and Tennessee Tech. Now you get Upstate here. Upstate just lost to Tennessee Tech, and Wilmington and Cal Baptist. This team is rough. They were just at home on Wednesday, so they got one day off, and they got to travel to Georgia from Cal off of a loss. West Georgia staying, or actually West Georgia hit the road too. I don't know. I don't want to take West Georgia laying points at home. They're off of a win. Upstate sucks though. I got nothing.
I want nothing to do with this game in any way, shape, or form. So I guess over or pass, but I don't want anything to do with it. Fuck you, Texas Tech. Like, seriously.
Yeah, the dogs are covering these MTEs. Like, that is noted after day one.
Dude. Whatever.
USC, massive second half incoming. They're going to win by 30. Marist is catching Army. Marist off of a home loss to Harvard, 56-54. Marist shot horribly. 13 of 31 inside the arc, 6 of 19 beyond the arc, 10 of 15 at the line. And they turned it over 15 times. They had a horrible performance. Harvard didn't do any better either. Obviously 56-54. But Army is booty cheeks. They somehow covered against Cornell. They were down big and came back and covered the number. But Marist, I am a fan of this team. They lost to Xavier by 4 on the road. And then at Harvard at home, they couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. Now you get an Army team that's short, completely brand new, don't have any athletes. I'm laying it with Marist. This is a Marist fuck 'em up spot. They have Lehigh on deck, so not a gigantic look ahead, but give me the Red Foxes to fuck up Army, but respect the troops.
I think you're crazy. I'm not going to bet Army, but there's not a chance in hell I'm laying that with Marist with a total at 131, and neither one of these teams want to play with pace. Again, I can't bet Army, but they do hit their free throws. They shouldn't be able to rebound anything tomorrow, though. It's really hard to make a case for them besides the fact that this total's low and Marist shouldn't be laying this number to very many teams. Army is one of those teams, but still, it would only be Army for me, but I can't actually bet it.
Yeah, I will say Marist has not beaten Lehigh since they haven't beaten Lehigh in a couple of years. I'm not even going to go back. I don't see it for a couple of years here, but since 2023, they've lost every year since that. So if you want to do that, dive on in. But I'm going to take Marist. Army and Green Bay are in the same tier of auto fade for me this year. Penn's catching 5.5 against Drexel. I kind of want to take Penn. Friends, he looks a little more invigorated. Like he actually likes coaching again. At Illinois, it just became like stunts, like the stare down with the ref, which was awesome, by the way, and just not playing defense. He didn't really give a shit. Let his coaches or his kids, kind of do what they wanted, take a bunch of shots, and then they're gone. And now he looks a little invigorated. Penn looks fine. Give me Penn with the 5.5. I think they're live in this game. they have the offense to keep going. I know the defense is a little rough, but the defense didn't look terrible last game compared to for Fran McCaffrey standards, I should say. Give me Penn in the 5.5. I think they're live in this game, and this is one of the Philly games. This is going to be a tight game.
Yeah, I completely agree here. We've seen it already with Drexel when they played St. Joe's in Syracuse. When they have, I mean, I know that they lost to Colgate as well, but specifically St. Joe's and Syracuse, both those teams like to play with pace. Obviously, that's what Penn really likes to do with Fran McCaffrey, and they're just going to be chucking up a whole bunch of 3 balls, and they've been hitting them so far this year. I made this game like 3. I was surprised that it was 5.5. I don't know where the number is right now since we've started this show, but it would only be Penn here for me. I think that the Providence game just ended up getting away from them. The American game is unexcusable to say the least, but they shoot free throws well, they shoot their 3 balls well, and they're going to get their shots up at the pace that they play. So Penn will be on my card tomorrow with a little sprinkle on that ML.
Ooh, what about a Penn and Central Connecticut parlay?
I've been getting smoked on parlays this week, so
I just want some.
Probably not, but yeah.
I just want some dummy money line parlay to hit.
I just love a good 2-teamer in college basketball. I don't know why. Yeah,
I mean that's the way to do it. Man, our audio is lagging. What the fuck? All the issues tonight.
It happens.
Yep. Merrimack's catching 36.5 against Florida. Good God. Florida's got TCU and Duke and Connecticut on deck. Give me the points with Merrimack. Let this climb up to 40-something. This isn't the same Florida team. They beat North Florida by 40. Merrimack is better than North Florida. Let it climb. I'll take the points with Merrimack.
Yeah, I'm not in a position to be laying huge points with this Florida team. I'm not saying that. I mean, yes, they're not the same because they won a national championship last year. They're still a very good basketball team, but like Trevor said, they got to go on the road all the way to California a few days after this, obviously after Thanksgiving and stuff like that. It's just not a spot that I think that they're really get up for. And Merrimack has been they've played a whole bunch of games on the road. Not that they've played anybody like Florida, but they did go into Auburn. They got slaughtered, but they didn't lose by 40. So
True.
They would have covered if they were getting 40. They weren't, but it would only be Merrimack for me. If it gets to 40, I will definitely be on them. I can assure you that.
Yeah, I'm going to let this climb up because people are going to take Florida. Next, Loyola Maryland against Kentucky. How do we not just take an over 153.5? Kentucky can put up 100.
Yeah, it was going to be Kentucky team total over for me. But yeah, me and my Avengers. I love me some Avengers. Don't really know what to think of the Michigan State game. Again, we'll see how many times that Michigan State shoots like that the rest of the year. I'm going to be keeping track, and I'll be letting you guys know. But I don't know. I mean, Louisville's really good. So again, in all those games, both those games were on the road. Not that those teams hold a candle to, or Loyola Maryland holds a candle to those teams, but I just feel like you're going to get Kentucky on a max effort. I mean, I was seeing clips of them like getting in trouble for not running back on defense and stuff. So maybe that's why that's not the reason, but maybe that there's a renewed focus defensively for Kentucky. I just don't know. It's really hard to get for me to judge like how the general public feels, me included, like how everybody feels about Kentucky, because everybody's so quick to talk shit about them because of the money that they spend in Kentucky and stuff like that, which I get. I'm not like I'm a Gonzaga homer, not a Kentucky homer, but I found a cool nickname and I really like to play with it. But it's like, but I don't think that they're that bad. I think anybody that loses to Louisville and Michigan State on the road and on a neutral, I mean, you're not going to really talk so much shit about them like they do. I feel like Kentucky gets talked about. So I just don't know what to think of this Kentucky team. That doesn't really have anything to do with this game, but I figured I would just say that in general. But I think Kentucky scores close to 100 tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm with you. That team total is tempting, or just laying it with Kentucky. He scored 36. They got embarrassed on national TV, and they have plowed these teams by 40 this year. Valparaiso, they won by 48. They beat Eastern Illinois by 46. Loyola Maryland is right in between those teams. I know Nichols was only a 26-point win, but the other two bye games they had, they've slaughtered them. And now Michigan State or Kentucky coming in after looking like absolute dog shit against Michigan State, and only scoring 66. I think they just absolutely just pound Loyola. Team total over, lay it with Kentucky. I think it's just an absolute slaughter. This over is tempting. I mean, if Loyola can get 55-60, how does this not go over?
Yeah, I don't know if they 60. I don't know.
It's not like Kentucky plays lights out defense.
No, I know. That's why it's hard for me, but 60's a lot. 60's a lot for a team that should be pretty pissed off, that's been taking it in the media. I wouldn't be surprised if Kentucky defensively was all right tomorrow. Again, I don't hate the over either. I truly think Kentucky scores 100 either way, so we'll see.
Yeah. Looks like we're both aligned there. Wilmington's laying 4.5 against Radford. Radford is pissed. This team is bad this year.
I mean,
Wright State, Cleveland State.
Now they're finally
Cleveland State lost.
I mean, Cleveland State is a respectable program. I mean, they went to 7 with they lost to Kent State by 7. Kent State's not a terrible basketball program. What sucks is that Cleveland State lost to freaking Loyola Chicago, and Loyola Chicago that's a terrible basketball team.
Yeah, they're bad.
You don't like Radford at home catching points off of 4 straight losses, all on the road or on neutrals, now at home? SMU on deck? Who gives a shit? UNC Wilmington? Who are they to be laying points to this Radford squad? On the road, by the way. Tell me I'm wrong, Trevor.
All right, let's do it. Radford. I can see it. I'm not. Wilmington has been, they've been fine, but upstate East Carolina, Mount Olive are your wins, and then you went on the road and lost by 9 to Kent State. Obviously, Radford isn't them, but Radford plays with some pace. So, maybe they get some runouts and kind of flip the script on Wilmington and kind of blitz them real quick. But 4.5 at home, I'll take Radford. I'm with you. Are you betting this?
It's circled. I wanted to see what this number did because I felt like it was going to move. I thought it was, UNC Wilmington would take money because especially like when you look at them, like on a Ken Palm perspective, they look like they're significantly the better team. I don't know if I believe all that, but I would like to get like 5.5 personally, but yeah, it's definitely circled for me. I haven't bet it yet. No, to answer your question.
Eastern Shore is laying 3 or catching 3 against Canisius. I kind of want to bet Canisius.
Of course you do. You love this team.
Off the loss, Maryland
you got a
Eastern
Golden
Shore
Griffin
off of that
tattoo.
I might get one, but think about it. Think about it. Eastern Shore. Where the hell is Eastern Shore? There you are. They just beat Longwood, double overtime on the road, and now you're hitting the road again to go play Canisius, who just got embarrassed by High Point by 43. They're laying it. I'm betting this right now. You can't talk me off of it. Canisius, -2.5. Bang. We're betting this.
I'm not trying to talk you off of it. But now I kind of want to bet Maryland Eastern Shore, to be dead honest with you.
What a battle. What a game to have a battle on.
I know. Look at that schedule for Maryland Eastern Shore, dude. Like, they play a lot of guys. They're pretty decent height-wise. It's not like Canisius has some huge advantage rebounding the basketball. Both of these teams are absolutely terrible. I got to find this game on CBB Analytics, but if they confirm that defensively this team isn't as bad, of course I can't find it now. I really want to take Maryland Eastern Shore. I didn't know that you were so high on Canisius, but
I love fading them, like their team total under.
I know. 48 rating. Defensive rating. Yeah. Okay. They're probably a little bit better. Man, it's not that bad. I don't know, man.
They're laying points for a reason.
All
this
right.
is like UW Green Bay laying points last year.
Yeah. I guess I thought in my head, I guess I have Kinesis not, I guess, better than Maryland Eastern Shore. I'm surprised now that I'm looking at it that they're Maryland Eastern Shore is better than them on KenPom. I did not expect that in my head, honestly. So
they're rated higher on KenPom? I never even...
Yeah. Canisius is
351. And they're laying points?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Come on. Get in here. Get in
you're
here.
Good.
Let's go.
I'm not doing it. I'm not going to get involved.
Oh, I did. I'm involved. Full unit on Canisius. Let's go. Gold Griff's up, baby. Oh.
Yo. Nope.
Sorry, I had the over. Trevor. He caught that ball. He caught the damn ball.
Oh, he's out of bounds. He went like this. I have the Texans. I have the Texans +6. So actually, I hope that you hit this touchdown. I don't really care. Oh no, definitely.
Yeah, I was going to bet Texans. I was like, no, let's get some points. Holy Cross, Sacred Heart. You got anything in this?
I have nothing on this one, just because I hadn't looked at it too much. But I will say that the under 150 kind of sticks out to me. I don't know. I don't know if I can actually bet it. It's just one of those things where neither one of these teams play in fast pace, and I don't think either one of them has an advantage offensively. And both of them at times can be somewhat competent defensively. So it would only be under a pass for me, but I'm not betting this crap.
Yeah, I mean, Sacred Heart laying 6 is crazy. I mean, they played Duquesne, Villanova, Queens. Okay, that's a decent schedule. Holy Cross went to Providence, went to BYU, went to Utah, played Hampton on a neutral 1, and then they got blown out by Brown the other night. They finally got a win. They got blown out. Now they're ending the road trip at Sacred Heart. This just feels like way too many points. Sacred Heart lost by 7 on a neutral to Holy Cross last year. They did not play the year prior, but I think this is a buy low for Holy Cross. Who is Sacred Heart to lay 6 to anyone? It's not like their schedule's been that tough. Holy Cross has hit the road and been in elevation and played some pretty good teams, and then you're off an embarrassing loss. Give me Holy Cross +6.
Yo, you kind of convinced me on that one. Now I kind of want to bet them.
Let's do it. I haven't fired yet, but
my problem is that, and I've been really good so far this year, that I've kept my volume at like not a minimum, but like usually it's like 17 bets in a day and just not even thinking about it. And now I've been like trimming it down to like 10 or so. So I'm trying to be better, but yo, Mississippi State, you suck. Jesus Christ.
You laid it with them?
Oh yeah.
Damn, I low-key forgot to bet Kansas State.
Terrible.
I was doing these slides and whatever else tonight, and then I realized the game started. South Alabama catching 7.5 against UAB. Yeah, it happens.
I love me some South Alabama. Just want to start there. Do I bet them here? I don't know, man. I kind of want to. I don't. I think these teams are a lot more even than KenPom gives them credit for. I don't know. What say you? I think that this line's a little bit too big for UAB personally. I think that I don't really know what to think of NC State, but obviously they lost to NC State. But I don't think that NC State's that great. So. I don't know. I'm just really not impressed with what UAB has done so far. And they've shown the propensity to lose at home against Alabama State. And I don't know. It would only be South Alabama for me. South Alabama is like a soft spot in my heart. And so sometimes it's really hard for me to judge this team with focused eyes, I guess, to say the least. Like it's always a little bit biased here. Now they start 6-0, but this is a huge step up in class. But again, they've been playing road and neutrals all year. I don't know. I'm talking myself around South Alabama, but I don't know if I actually get there. I feel like this is a lot for a reason.
Yeah, I kind of like UAB. South Alabama's coming in here undefeated. The guy wins at Toledo and at Jacksonville State. That was a crazy comeback to win, too. It wasn't a buzzer beater, but they were down big and came back and won that game. Now UAB does have UAB lost that home game against Alabama State. They followed it up with they beat High Point by 17. Like they fucked them up. And then they had a D2 school. Now you get South Alabama coming in with a little bit of pedigree. I think this is a spot UAB gets up for and drills them, and South Alabama finally drops the game. So give me UAB laying the 7.5 tomorrow. Andy Kennedy, we trust.
Go. USC is a fucking joke.
Weren't they up 9?
It's not enough. 52 points at this point in the game was just an absolute joke, Trevor. That's all I know.
Did you lay it or take the team total?
Laid it.
Okay, so what's the score? I see it's like commercial.
33-41 USC.
Oh,
I don't
we're
know.
Fine.
Yeah,
we're fine.
After what Texas Tech did to me today, I don't know what to think. Anyway,
yeah, I'm going to be betting a lot of dogs. I think this weekend. You're good.
He's making a run.
We good on Ransom, bitch. Oh shit! I was watching the end of the football game. Fuck. Stupid NFL. St. Thomas laying 2.5 against Northern Colorado. Oh yeah, did you? So you were on the Texans. You said +6.
Yeah, I got +6. Wish I would have played the money line. I had Fairbairn points too. It's all good.
Man, I like Texans, and I was like, no, I think we're going to get some points here. Bills don't play defense. Texans should score, and Bills will do what they do and at least move it.
There was a couple, yeah. I didn't watch it like super, super focused because I was looking over tomorrow's slate and college basketball and stuff, but there was multiple times that there should have been points on the board, especially for the Texans. I mean, they kicked a lot of field goals tonight, but anyway, I don't think your over was a bad look. I just think you got a little unlucky, to be honest.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
This is a lot of respect. This is a lot of respect for this St. Thomas team, is it not?
Yeah, is this a last year respect line? I mean, what's the impressive win? Army, Green Bay, SEMO.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even understand it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I think this is a no-co spot.
And they slaughtered NoCo last year. Like, this is a revenge game for Norco. I don't. Again, this is a game that I already had written down before we went. I don't understand why we're getting points with Northern Colorado. You just took the words out of my mouth. St. Thomas hasn't done diddly poo. Anytime they've played a team with a pulse, they've gotten slaughtered, essentially 10 points or more, including by Washington State, who's not a great basketball team. St. Mary's looks really, really good right now, but they lost that game by 30?
Yeah.
Second game on the road now. Again, I don't understand this at all. I really don't. I feel like Northern Colorado should be, whether this game should be a pick or Northern Colorado -1. I truly believe the wrong team is favored here. I'll be on Northern Colorado. I don't know what the number is going to be. I just want to watch this because St. Thomas is a pretty popular mid-major team. People like to bet them, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make a case that they're terrible, but again, you're the number 7 2-point offense in the country because you've faced teams like Army, Green Bay, and Southeast Missouri. So, again, Northern Colorado's played one team, that's Pepperdine so far this year. I don't care at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm betting NoCo. Hasty says he sees NoCo +4 now. All right, if people want to bet up St. Thomas, I thought just knee jerk. I thought this line might stay here, kind of drop a little bit, or maybe even flip. I didn't expect St. Thomas to take that much money early to where it's climbed up 1.5 points, 2 points now. Let people bet them up. I'll take NoCo no matter what.
Because and here's the thing, like, not that I haven't read your comments, but I would assume if people on our show's comments would be Norco's only played one game and and St. Thomas has played a whole bunch, but at the same time, like those non-division one schools that Northern Colorado is playing I'm being a little facetious here. It's not much of a difference between Army and Green Bay. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, yeah. Again, Army and Green Bay is probably better, but like the gap is significantly small. Again, it just doesn't really mean anything to me. That's all.
No, I agree. I mean, again, Army and Green Bay are my 1-1 fades this year. So beating those guys, you're not going to impress me. You're not impressing me one bit. No co-op. Let's go. Little Rock's catching 4.5 against Texas State. Texas State off of that the big win they just got.
Against Abilene.
Abilene, yep. Yeah, this is their So now, they did, and that was a big in-state game, and now you got Little Rock here coming in off of a loss, 5th straight road game though.
I was gonna say
that's tough.
I think that Texas State is a little bit underrated. I think they're one of the better defensive teams in the country. Again. Very short sample size, and Little Rock is a little bit better than a couple of the teams that they've seen, not all of them. But I think that Little Rock is a little bit underrated here. Not only am I going to play Texas State here -4.5, who's going to be on their 4th straight home game, I think it is, taking on obviously a Little Rock team that's played on the 15th, the 18th, and now here on the 21st. This is their 5th, like Trevor said, 5th straight away game. Just for everybody here on the Pump Cave Pod, I'm going to be taking Texas State when they play Seattle too on Friday next week. So I think that we're going to be getting probably 5.5, 6 points with Texas State next week, and I'll be playing them on a money line against Seattle. Outside of Seattle, are you kidding me? Chef's kiss. Yeah. So just remember that, boys.
I like that. Nice look at. I actually like that spot a lot. Yeah, Texas State, yes, off the big win, but this is still a really good team. Arkansas, Little Rock, not so much. Milwaukee, Marquette, Murray State. Murray State is an absolute wagon. Marquette sucks, still 40 PSU. Snuck away from Ball State by 6, and then you beat Arkansas Baptist. They've been getting pummeled in all of these games, minus Ball State. Texas State has looked good, and they forced a lot of turnovers. You got Little Rock, 361 of the country turnover percentage. That's horrendous. And then Texas State can force turnovers. Texas State has got great interior defense, and what's it called? Little Rock is shooting 62% from the line. That's horrible. I think this is just another spot. Little Rock comes in and just gets drilled. I bet Texas State already too, minus the 4.5. Granted, on paper, maybe the metrics don't look amazing, but this team is getting the job done, and they're doing it, fairly convincingly. And Little Rock is just getting drilled by everybody not named Ball State. So give me, or not give me, but I did bet Texas State. So let's go. Jackson State's catching 30.5 at the Hogs.
It's your squad, the Hogs.
Yeah, Hogs, man. What do we got on deck here? Duke. Oh God. Let this get bet up and then take Jackson State at whatever the number is. Arkansas is not only that game, I can promise you that.
It's Duke, then Louisville, right? Back to back.
Yeah, so. I really wish Arkansas was on the road for a game last and then coming back home like an ultimate sandwich spot just to put the icing on the cake with this one. But this will be a Jackson State last second play at like 34.5, 33.5.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. The only thing I can add is, first of all, Arkansas shouldn't be laying this huge numbers to anybody, I don't really think. And I actually think that they played Arkansas State at home, and it was 93-56. I think that Jackson State's much better than that Central Arkansas team, on top of the fact that maybe you can say that they'll be a little bit more focused after that 1-point win versus Winthrop. I think that, not that I think that Arkansas is like terrible, but I don't think that really matters. I think that's more of an indication that they're just probably not as good as we once thought. They're going to need a little bit of more time. I still believe in this roster a little bit, but like you said, if this game gets bet up to, all I want that 40, but I mean, regardless of you losing one, you have essentially Duke and Louisville, two of the top teams in the country, on deck, regardless if it's in 5 or 6 days. It's just really hard. I have a hard time believing that they're going to have their foot on the gas for a full 40 minutes in this game.
Yeah, this screams Arkansas win. Yeah, so be it. But this screams like an Arkansas 23-point win. Just go through the motions, 18 points, something like that. Jackson State's going through the ringer too.
Yes, Illinois, I forgot to say that.
Louisville at Auburn. They played La Tech, lost by 17, but they just played Illinois and Louisville, cut them some slack. This is a Jackson State just last second play. Just plug your nose. Don't even watch the game. You're gonna hate your life. Just bet it and forget it.
I don't even know if you're gonna hate your life. I mean, Auburn, Illinois, and Louisville are significantly better than Arkansas. I mean, those were 40-ish point games, give or take. I'm not going to do all the math on those, but still, yeah, I agree with you. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, crazy number. Georgia State catching 11.5 against South Dakota State. I think this is a South Dakota State absolute smash spot. They're coming in. They played Northern Iowa and Oregon on the road, lost both. But they weren't like blowouts. Lost 14 to Oregon and then Northern Iowa on the road. Tough place to play there. Lost by 7. They beat Merrimack on a neutral by 11, and then Peru State, sweet. But Georgia State coming in off of that. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I didn't know the country.
That's crazy. I know.
I didn't know we imported Peru to play them in the bye games.
Some of these non-Division I schools are just crazy with the names.
All Smith. I mean, yeah. Valley Forge. Like, what is that? An auto body shop? Like, come on.
Fort Valley State. Yeah, there's some good ones.
I love the early non-con. It's just so hilarious. But
pharmaceutical. What is it? What was the other one? Pharmaceuticals or something like that.
St. Louis Pharmacy or something like that. Pharmaceutical medical or something. Yeah.
Something to do with pharmacies.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah, that's why I thought Valley Forge. It's the Shane Gillis show. That's why I thought. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God, that's actually a funny show when he does that thing about I bet you I know what race you are by the car you drive.
That whole show, I wasn't sure what to expect, and I was like, okay, this is actually like low-key pretty funny. Season 2 is out.
I don't even know. Which one? Oh yeah, I saw season 2. Yeah, I think the that front desk girl is funnier than hell.
Oh yeah, she's Kara or Cairo, whatever her name is.
Yeah, I think that girl's pretty funny, but
she's hilarious.
Anyway,
Jen, there is Mississippi Valley University of the Women or College of the Women or something that has a men's team. Yeah. God, we got to go through the offseason and just like rank the best like D2 by schools. Those are so funny. But yeah, Georgia State offered the Arizona State game. They had him on the ropes and then just pissed on the like last 10-15 minutes of that game and blew it. That was a max effort game all out. Now you're going to travel from there to South Dakota State. South Dakota State is pretty good. I mean, again, Northern Iowa, Oregon, I think they drill them. I think this is just a beatdown. Tough spot for Georgia State.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I don't think I'm going to actually bet it, but just because I need to see a little bit more from South Dakota State. But again, on paper, it should be an easy. I like the fact that they brought so many guys back and a team that just kind of got embarrassed on their road trip against good teams. Obviously, it should be a good shellacking here for Georgia State, I guess.
Yeah, I'm with you. Just a shout out to our heroes that we don't give enough props to. The St. Joe's Eagle guy constantly has to flap his wings. He cannot stop the entire game. Props to that guy. That's trooper mentality to do that for a full 40 minutes, 2 hours at a game. So props to that guy. Evansville's catching 8.5 against Oregon. Well, hey, we're up to 8 with 11 minutes. You know, we could go on a little run here and then desperation time kicks in and they just start following the shit out of them. We got plenty of time. Believe, Toast. Believe.
No.
Evansville, Oregon State. Kind of wanted to bet Evansville, but then I remembered I bet them the last game and they couldn't hit a free throw if their life depended on it. It was ugly against Arlington and Middleton. Oregon State, though.
Yeah, it's hard.
Loss.
Yeah. The only thing that I will give that I like with Oregon State is they should have a pretty significant I think offensively, if you take their offense versus Evansville offense, it's a significant advantage. There's no question about that, especially like you said, from the free throw line. But I think that these teams are kind of the same defensively. So as much as I think that Oregon State, especially after playing North Texas and Oregon back to back, and not that Chicago, Illinois is actually terrible, or Illinois, Chicago, excuse me, is terrible, but I do think with a step down in class, they should win this game easily. But do I really want to lay 8.5 with them? Not really. I don't really love the scheduling spot for Evansville after they had to play on Tuesday at home, and now they got to fly all the way out to Oregon State. That's never a good place to be in Corvallis. But they should match up, pretty well against them as far as especially height-wise and stuff. So if they can pull down a couple rebounds and they don't turn the ball over, so there's definitely enough there not to let me bet Oregon State. But at the same time, even trying to make a case for Evansville, it wouldn't surprise me if Oregon State won this game by double digits. But I'm not going to pay to see it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I kind of like Oregon State. They can get to the free throw line and they're shooting 80%. Evansville 70%, we'll call it. They're shooting 24% from three. They really struggle offensively. They can't rebound, even though they have a good amount of height. They're not like big dudes, so they just get bodied and bullied around. I think this is a spot Oregon State just kind of dominates and gets their big dub. Yeah, Elliott, Kansas State money line hit in the over. Kansas State's 5-0 to the over. I was unaware of that. That's pretty good. But congrats. He was boots on the ground, watching his Cats win in person. They dominated. That's for sure.
That's always fun.
Yeah, double bet cashing in person, and you had an over. How fucking awesome! Omaha's catching 19.5 versus LSU. I can't get a read on this Omaha team. I feel like they should be good, but they don't look
good. Over for me. I haven't betted yet. It's one game that I wanted to see. Haven't looked at a whole bunch of the line movement in this one yet. But I think that you can trust LSU offensively. And especially at the pace that they play. I mean, they're essentially putting up 90 points every time they go out there. Not to mention the fact that besides Alcorn State, Omaha is going to be a pretty significant step down in class. And Omaha is just absolutely terrible defensively, but offensively, Omaha is pretty decent. They shoot the threes at a decent rate. They shoot free throws at a decent rate. They don't turn the ball over a ton. I don't think that there's any reason to believe that Omaha can't put up 60 or 70 points here tomorrow. And if LSU does their own, pushes their own weight like they have been, especially when they've been playing at home, like they've been playing at home all year, I don't see how this game doesn't make it over 163.5 personally.
Yeah, I don't hate the over. I think LSU runs it up, and Omaha, hasn't looked great. LSU staying home yet again. This is their last home game before they go play Drake, Boston College, and Texas Tech. In 4 straight games on the road. Well, on the road, quote. So last game at home, Omaha. Again, I can't get a read on this team. I don't think they're good, but I think they're good. Like I just think deep down they're not a good team. Maybe a little bit of bias into last year, but LSU is playing fast. They're strong. They're athletic. They're tall, lengthy. I think they just cause a lot of issues for Omaha tomorrow. I'm going to lay it with LSU. I was high on this team coming in this year, and I just think McMahon keeps pummeling teams when he can to build up confidence because the SEC is going to be a little rough on this team. But I think in the non-con, they're going to be just fine.
I agree. And I actually don't. I think Omaha, Nebraska is decent. They've played a pretty hard schedule. At least they're just not playing cupcakes. So jury's still out on them for me.
Yeah, true. They did lose to the good Colorado team, Colorado State. So I guess that's whatever. But they got punished in that game.
I still can't
Hampton
believe I
is like
man
tonight. You at Utah tonight?
Yeah, that was just such a bad bet.
I like Cal Poly. I didn't bet it.
Yeah, and they got lost outright as 12.5-point favorites.
Yeah,
such a bad bet.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I bet them the other night against Fort Wayne.
Both these teams suck, though. So I'm curious where you have on this one, if you have anything.
I didn't really look into it. I'll just click on their profile, see what's up. We got Norfolk back home after losing 2 straight on the road and 3 straight overall. Hampton.
I think Norfolk has a huge edge defensively. I think that's if there's one thing. Yeah, defensively they're okay. So, but I guess under or Hampton team total under, but I'm not getting involved in this.
Yeah, it would be under. I mean, Norfolk fouls a lot. They give up a lot of points on the line, and that's what Hampton likes to do. So maybe you see a lot of stopped clock and free throws, which could fuck the under here. But I don't know. It would still be Norfolk or nothing for me in this game. IPFW is catching 19.5 at St. Louis. The Billikens laying a big number here. Where are they at? St. Louis. They got Santa Clara on deck. Just played Grand Canyon. This is a sandwich spot. Fort Wayne coming in off of Utah too. Give me the under 165.5. I think St. Louis is looking ahead a little bit. Fort Wayne off of elevation and traveling. I think they're going to be a little bit of dead legs. So I'll take the under 165.
Yeah, it would be St. Louis team total over or pass. I don't know if I trust them defensively. I know that their numbers look great, but I don't know. I can never seem to get a good read on this St. Louis team. It doesn't really matter who their coach is. I know that what's his face Shirts has been there for a couple of years now, but just St. Louis has never been a really good team for me. So it would only be it would only be St. Louis team total over for me, but I don't know if I can actually bet it. I do think that there's something that they have to play those West Coast teams, not in the West Coast, but actually it is in the West Coast, excuse me. Those West Coast teams coming up here soon, but I don't know. Grasping at straws, to say the least.
I just think it's a tough spot for Fort Wayne, but
we'll
find out tomorrow. Manhattan at A&M. I don't think A&M's good. I'll take the points with Manhattan, but I'm not doing anything with this game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I don't know if I actually bet Manhattan just because I feel like I got a little bit. I don't know if I got lucky with Montana, but their last game against Texas A&M. But so it wouldn't be surprised me if Buckyball went a little bit crazy tomorrow. But at the same time, I'm not. I guess I'm on the same page as you. Is that I don't think that they're very good either. So I think it's really hard to go from Buzz Williams to Buckyball. So if you like them, maybe if you like Buckyball and all that good stuff, maybe a team total over. They have a lot of advantage there, especially offense to Manhattan's defense. But I don't know if I could actually do it.
Yeah, I got nothing in this game. I'm not a fan of either of these teams. Speaking of fan and not, oh man, Loyola Chicago's laying 13.5 to an in-state Northern Illinois school. Or in Northern Illinois is, nothing you want to write home about or take home to mom and dad to meet. But Loyola Chicago.
Dude, this number is ridiculous. I mean, I know this is going to sound fucking crazy, but I think that Northern Illinois is a better basketball team. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand this number. I don't understand if everybody just respects Loyola Chicago, and Drew Valentine that much. But I mean, yes, they've lost some games against, decent teams as in North Texas and Wichita State and Colorado State. That's a 186 strength of schedule. Northern Illinois has played the 51st strength of schedule. They've played Wisconsin. They've played Grand Canyon, both, and Northern Iowa, all those games on the road. And coming into Loyola Chicago on the road doesn't mean jack shit to me. Like, I truly don't understand how this number is double digits, excuse me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. NIU plus the points. They can have my money if Loyola Chicago just shuts it or blows this team out. They can absolutely have my $100. They can have it.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is NIU 13.5. Sprinkle the money line. Who is Loyola Chicago to lay 13.5? This is a name brand line. Based off of something they did a decade ago. This team is not good one bit. Yeah, I don't know how we don't just sprinkle a little bit on this money line and take Northern Illinois. In all honesty, I'm trying to find a money line price.
I can't.
I'm seeing DraftKings plus 750, about 7 to 1 plus 750.
Like, this just absolutely makes no sense to me. And Northern Illinois is covering in their games. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where clearly this game is just mispriced, or we're just missing something, because this just doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, I don't. I'm willing to go down with the ship if Loyola Chicago somehow just destroys them. But anyway. Northern Illinois can smell blood in the water with a bad Loyola team, and they get this is probably one of their best shots they've had at getting a win, and that building's going to be empty. Nobody goes to these games, so yeah, give me Northern Illinois 13.5. We're gonna hit the money line. Austin P.
I'm in.
Let's do it. Austin P. and their military garb wearing head coach are heading to Tulsa, or play Tulsa. Tulsa's laying 7.5 here. Austin P. Where you at? There you are. Coming in the loss. Oh, that was a max effort game on the road against Ole Miss. Lost by 7. Now you got to go hit the road again. Too. Yeah, Kansas State. True. Maybe an under. Both teams just dead. Coming in max effort, all ready to go to have those guys on the ropes.
Yeah,
they're both traveling too.
I don't hate that over. I can't argue against it. I don't want to bet Tulsa. It would only be Tulsa for me. I don't really want to bet them. But this is the third road game in the last week for Austin P, because on Saturday, Tuesday, now Friday, UNC Greensboro, Mississippi, and now Tulsa. Not that that's like crazy travel, but again, it's a lot. And then they finally have a home game against Northern Illinois. So maybe that's what we do. We fade Austin P. We take Tulsa tonight. And then when they come back 4 days later, after Northern Illinois has that huge upset win versus Loyola Chicago, we take Austin P at home with the points and hit that money line.
Yeah, I think we just broke the system. Yeah, I 100% agree. Tulsa's they got to fuck them up, right? I mean, it's not like Austin P's had a tough schedule either. I'm with you. I think we do that.
Honestly, I don't even think. And the Ole Miss, Ole Miss isn't. I know it's Chris Beard and all that stuff, but it's not like they've done anything impressive this year. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I guess that helps them.
Yeah, but still, you're going to an SEC team at their house. That's a get-up spot, and you had them. You were right there for the taking. So I think it's definite letdown spot. Tulsa. I don't know if I'll bet it. Close.
I gotta watch that. I don't know what to think. I don't know how they looked against Kansas State. I don't know if that was more of Kansas State not doing well or not playing well, or Tulsa just playing lights out. But yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like your theory though. Come on, St. Joe's, come on, and one
Yeah.
bucket. Riverside catching 6.5 at Steve Lavin. Lavin's laying 6.5. Is this San Diego team that good? Come on,
Yo, the fighting Steve Lavin, dude. You better show some respect.
Hey, no, all respect for Coach Lavin here, but 6.5 points. That is.
I agree with you. It's a little lot. I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't think I can actually bet UC Riverside, but I mean, going on the road to New Mexico, going on the road to Cal Baptist, and then they lost obviously to North Dakota in between with that. But I don't know. I don't think that that's absolutely terrible. I mean, San Diego's played absolutely nobody. You could actually argue that UC Riverside's a little bit of a step up in class for them. I don't care what the Ken Palm rankings say, but it would only be UC Riverside for me. I agree with you. I think that San Diego laying over two full possessions is a joke.
Yeah, you can make an argument. Riverside, the bottom 4 in turnovers in the country. San Diego, top 100 forcing them. Their defense is pretty good, but and they shoot great free throws. But both shoot good free throws. Both can shoot. Maybe an over. I'll take Riverside in the over. I'm not betting this game though. Samford's catching 8.5 at New Mexico State. Take the points. New Mexico State off of the big New Mexico rivalry win. That place was on fire. That place was jumping. It was lit. And now you have little old Samford coming in. Now, yes, Samford carries their name carries a little bit of weight. Shout out Bucky for that. But New Mexico State, Samford, and then they have Irvine on deck. Samford coming in off of a loss at home by 15 to Gulf Coast. And now you get to go play New Mexico State, who just, that was the first D1 game of the year, and they beat the rival at home. I like Samford. I think Samford might be a little live here. I think New Mexico State, obviously, a great spot to catch New Mexico.
Could not agree more.
Coach. Yeah. Just you could go through everything, but at the end of the day, like, this is a great spot for Samford, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think this is just for me, it was just as simple as who's New Mexico State to be laying 8.5 to anybody with a pulse. I mean, I get that they won that New Mexico game. Obviously an ultimate get up spot for somebody like them, but Samford's been battle tested. I mean, they've played at home and on the road against good and bad teams. I mean, they only lost to 4 to Arkansas on the road. They lost to Tulane by, I think, double digits, I think 10 or something like that. But I 100% agree with Trevor. I think this is a little bit of a sandwich spot here with UC Irvine on deck in a few days. I don't know if I actually sprinkle the Samford money line, but if you're going to give me almost 3, I would love a 9, but if you're going to give me almost 3 full possessions, I'm definitely going to take that with Samford. So I 100% agree with you on that one.
Yeah. I mean, you can catch, this is down to 6.5.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. I guess that 9's not coming.
Damn, I don't even have it on this book. Fuck. All right, I'm if I can get this. Oh, here we go. Samford +7. I'm in. And in. All
right. Yo, UNLV is so fucking bad. God damn.
Oh, dude, this is a terrible spot.
They just can't. No, dude. If they could just figure out to not go asleep for 2 minutes at a time, it's just a joke. Soon as that under 10 timeout, under that first under 10 timeout in this half, and they were up by like fucking 10 or whatever, they've been sleepwalking ever since then. It's just a joke. Whatever.
Hey, wait, are you on UNLV today? You actually bet that? I wasn't sure you bet.
Hey, at least UCLA's or USC might lose outright. Yeah. Just a half a game. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
Well, yeah, I hope USC loses outright then, because that'll make them an absolute smash spot next game. They look horrible tonight. They can't shoot.
I lost my last 5-6 bets.
Hey, that was my Saturday.
Texas
Started
Tech,
1-5 and ended 1-5.
Mississippi State. What a joke.
Hey, gotta love college basketball.
I know I can't even get me mad because I've had such a solid start to the year that, I mean, yeah, USC pisses me off. I didn't expect them to sleepwalk through this game. That's all.
No, me neither. Definitely not, especially after what they just did at San Diego State. I really thought Musselman would have these guys up and ready. Clearly not.
Shout out to Troy, though. Good for them.
Yeah. You showed up in the absolute just dead spot. Props to you. Stephen F. laying 1.5 against Pepperdine, over under 150.5. This is a true home game for Pepperdine. Stephen F. coming off I forgot they lost to Fresno. I forgot about that.
Yeah, now they lost. They've freaking pissed down their leg the last second half of that game.
Yeah. I like Stephen F. I think they're laying points for a reason. Yes, they're 3-1 versus what is this? If you count D2s, they're 3-2. Otherwise, 1-2 against D1 teams. But Stephen F. I like. I think they're a good team. And now you got now you're coming here off of your first loss of the season. I kind of like them to bounce back.
Yeah, it would be probably under or pass for me. I don't know. I can't actually get there with Pepperdine, but yeah, I do think that size is going to be a big factor here. And if Pepperdine is rebounding the ball and getting easy putbacks, it could be a long night for Stephen F. Austin inside. But then again, you could say the same thing about Stephen F. Austin's offense on the 3-point shooting side. If they're hitting their 3-point shots, it could be a very long night for Pepperdine because Pepperdine cannot shoot 3-pointers to save their life in any way, shape, or form. So kind of too many variables here for me. It would be under or pass if I had to bet it.
Yeah, Stephen F. if I have to. I like him. Haven't bet it. Probably won't. UC Davis is catching 15.5 against Colorado. UC Davis pulled the upset off the other day, didn't they? Yeah, they beat Nevada by 4. Now you got to go play Colorado. Who's Colorado to lay 15.5? You beat Alabama State by 28. Sweet. You went to overtime against Eastern Washington at home. All these games have been at home. You got San Fran on deck. Is UC Davis just pull a Troy and show up again? But they are going to elevation now. So Nevada is elevation. So, yeah.
I was going to say Nevada's kind of elevation, if not the same, but it's pretty close. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I don't know who Colorado is to be laying 15 points. I mean, I know that they won by, I think it was 10 against Providence. I don't know if that's Providence is flying all the way across the country from the freaking East Coast. I mean, I just that's a really, really hard spot to play in. I was on Colorado in that game. That game was a pick. But that's my point, is that game was a pick. Now Colorado's laying, like I said, 15 points or almost 16 points now. There's not a chance in hell that I could actually lay that and be comfortable with Providence. Not to mention the fact that UC Davis is a pretty respectable program. I mean, Les has been there for years and years and years. So I trust their coaching. It would only be the Aggies for me. I don't know if I can actually do it, though. It does feel like a lot of points, man. A lot of points. Turnovers could be an issue, I guess.
Yeah, there's that. But I don't think Colorado's that good to beat anybody by 15. To lay 15.5. So give me the Aggies here. I might bet this. Get Colorado out.
That's right. That's right. Moneyline Cito, I'm here. Trevor doesn't like to let me come on his show very often. Just kidding.
Yeah, I restrict them to once a year. We'll
once a year. This is the one. When everybody else can't show up, I'm here.
Yeah, I know who to call. Break class in case of emergency. Toast. New Orleans catching 5.5 against Fresno. Ghostbusters. Great show. Movie. New Orleans Privateers plus 5.5 money line. Fresno State off of a win. This team is trash. Fresno is legitimately horrible. They just happened to pull one out of their ass the other day. So good for them. Happy you got to win. Stephen Off and Utah Valley on the road. They're not good on the road, and you still beat them by 1 point. New Orleans has got wins over TCU and Tulane on the road. They're coming off of a loss against Pepperdine. I think they get up for this. I know they have Mississippi State, Miss State, Texas Tech, Memphis on deck, but Fresno State does not deserve to be laying 3 possessions to anybody. Give me New Orleans, the Privateers. Yeah, the No Limit Soldiers. That's right, Ken. The No Limit Soldiers plus 5.5. Shout out Master P.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm ready to go public with this, but I guess I'll just do it because I am a guest. I don't think that Fresno State's that bad. I mean, I don't think that they're like, I just don't think they are what we saw from them last year and the year before. I think that they have made significant upgrades. Do I agree with you that do I want to lay 6 points with them? Probably not. But I mean, the UC Upstate loss was pretty bad, but the UC San Diego loss isn't terrible. I mean, they looked good against Utah Valley and Stephen F. Austin, a Stephen F. Austin team that we just talked about. That's, again, not a bad basketball team. So I think that Fresno's held their own. I think this is definitely this will definitely be a test for them. This New Orleans team has played some pretty significantly better competition than them. They're like a top 50 schedule in the country, I think, or something like that. Maybe in the 40s. I'm not 100% positive, but regardless, I don't know, man. Fresno can force turnovers. If New Orleans can't hit the 3 ball, they might be in trouble. I can't do it. It would only be Fresno for me. I can't actually bet it because I do agree with Trevor that it's just too many points, but I do think that Fresno is better than people give them credit for. I guess that's all I'll say.
I never thought I'd see the day where I met a Fresno supporter, but here we are.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to put it in a little bit of context. That's all for myself.
Fair. I respect that, but Fresno deserves 0 context. They are terrible. I will constantly fade them with fans. Now, speaking of terrible, Northwestern State's catching 17.5 against Grand Canyon here. Grand Canyon, where you at? Where's this game? Grand Canyon off of the loss to St. Louis. Utah on deck, but Northwestern State, they beat Ecclesia D2 by 20. Other than that, A&M, North Texas, North Bama, and San Fran, all losses, and convincing minus the North Bama overtime win. Grand Canyon, home off of a road loss. They get Northwestern State in here. I think they pummel them. Northwestern State can get to the free throw line, but other than that, they do nothing well. They turn it over at an alarming rate. They don't get turnovers. They can't defend the 3. They send you to the free throw line a ton. They're one of the worst effective field goal defenses in the entire country. I think this is a building play on Grand Canyon too. That place is going to be rocking and jumping. It always is. So yeah. Give me Grand Canyon laying this number. I think they absolutely mess them up.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I couldn't agree more. I think Bryce Drew has this Grand Canyon franchise or team going in the right direction, obviously. And if you look, excuse me, guys, sorry. And even if you look back last year, besides the Hawaii game at home against these lower level competition teams, they, like Trevor said, just slaughtered these teams. So 2-2 on the year. One of those games, obviously a home game versus Youngstown State that I don't think they should have lost that game, but it is what it is. But I agree with them. I agree with Trevor. This game should be an absolute blowout. And I don't really think that they're really looking too much to Utah on deck, especially after they just lost as a 12-point favorite today. So I wouldn't really worry about Utah. I would actually say another look ahead spot. If you're getting Grand Canyon at a decent number, like at a pick versus Utah, it would probably be a smash spot for me.
Yeah. Ken brings up a good point. Are the students still there? I do not know that. It is getting to that point. But it also is getting to fee suites where a lot of these are going to be on the road or neutrals for the most part. But that is a good question. But regardless, I still think that building is always up and at them.
I was going to say, if there is like a handful of student sections that you can probably count to be there, regardless of break or not, it's probably Grand Canyon. Obviously, I don't know that for a fact, but that place is unbelievable. So,
yeah, place is always rocking.
You know what the best part about it is? My wife works for Global Credit Union, so I might be getting some free tickets when we move down there next year.
The Grand Canyon? Fuck yeah.
Grand Canyon. I think it's in Phoenix or just outside of Phoenix. I don't know exactly where it's at, but it's in that area. So
I know it's in Arizona, and I'm guessing by the Grand Canyon.
It's not by the Grand Canyon.
Go figure. Arkansas State's catching 16.5 against SMU. SMU, I mean, they have blown some teams out this year. In that sense, they got Radford on deck. No look ahead. Just blasted Pine Bluff by 46. Arkansas State, I will say that St. Mary's game, 13-point loss. They played a lot better than.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And now for me, you're going from playing a St. Mary's defense that's obviously, top 20 in the country. I mean, I know that SMU's defense isn't like absolutely terrible, but I think that this is like a very same situation that they have. The only thing I don't love is that, they had to travel from California over to Texas, but really only a 3.5, 4 hour plane ride or whatever. So I guess if you're worried about tired legs, then I guess you really can't play Arkansas State. But this would be, for me, it would be a play on Arkansas State. I mean, SMU hasn't played anybody, and I don't really think that Butler's very good, and they only beat Butler by 2. So I think that Arkansas State would play Butler to under 10. And if that's the case, I would cover this game easily. So it's Arkansas State for me.
Yeah, I like the over. I know they're coming off the St. Mary's game, but there was 157 points in that game against St. Mary's, a team that doesn't care to play pace. Stephen F. also was still 155 points, and Ark State only got 65. They give up 90. 86 to Missouri State. They have 67 to the Christian Brothers. Sweet. I mean, they just give up points to anybody. I'll take the over here. I just think Arkansas State's going to give up points, and SMU plays it at such a fast pace too that I think both these teams are going to get buckets. So give me the over. Georgia's laying 10.5 against Xavier. Lay it. Xavier's trash. Although actually Georgia hasn't left home yet, have they?
They have not. No, they haven't. But does that matter?
No, Xavier dominated Old Dominion, but it's Old Dominion. They've got some bad losses or some messed up. Gotten messed up in some of these.
Okay, can I just say too? Not that I'm going to trash Xavier whenever I can, but yes. Did they really smash Old Dominion, or did they just get up big early and then kind of cruise the rest of the game? Like, I don't know. I know 99-69 looks impressive, but again, I don't really feel like it's that as impressive as the numbers make it look like. Personally, that's just my thoughts.
Xavier did have 16 threes and 24 free throw attempts against Old Dominion too.
And now you're going to ask them to do that on a neutral? Get out of here.
Yeah. Lay it with Georgia.
And the best, Georgia. I was just about to say, lay it with Georgia 100%. And you know what I love about Georgia? They don't rely on the 3-point shot in any way, shape, or form. So you don't have to worry about that on a neutral site game with Georgia. They're going to pound the shit inside as much as possible. And Xavier cannot stop anybody inside. I think that Georgia wins this game by 15 plus.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll bet this one. Let's go. Go Dogs.
Shout out Andy. Rest in peace.
Shout out Andy. Legend. Denver is catching 18.5.
Finish UNLV. Finish.
No. This is my biggest bet of the day. They keep doing this. They keep getting it within 2 or 3 and then going down by 11.
It's going to be up. I actually hope you win just because I only have a half a unit on there. I know.
I've got 2.
I kind of hope you win it just because I've had such a good week that a unit won't kill me or half a unit won't kill me. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. This game kind of relies on if I go positive or negative today. So.
Georgia's 9.5 in some places too.
Going down or it's just open? I don't know.
I hate when that happens.
Using the odds board. I was using the odds board just to make these, so I don't actually.
I know. I just happened to look, so I just wanted to shout that out just in case anybody was watching.
Appreciate it.
Denver, huh?
I'll take the points with Denver. I'll take the points with them. I don't have any strong conviction or anything in this. Colorado State's got Virginia Tech and that MTE on deck. They just beat Loyola. They're just beat Loyola Chicago by 23 on the road. They come home to play Denver, and then they're on the road for Virginia Tech. I just think it's kind of a sleepy spot. Elevation's not going to affect Denver either. I'll take the points on that bet in this.
Yeah, you pretty much said everything that I was going to say. Colorado State gets no points in my book for beating Loyola Chicago. They're absolutely terrible. I guess the Cal Poly win looks a little bit better now that they just beat Utah, but I don't know about that. Cal Poly still, I think, sucks. So it would only be Denver for me. I think, obviously, the elevation point that you made is a really good one, but I don't know if I actually bet Denver. It's Colorado State's a team that is another one of those teams for me that it doesn't matter what happens. I can't get them right. Going back to the David Roddy days, just never been a team that I can feel about.
Roddy.
You know him. You remember those days.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy. Yeah, Denver or nothing. Fullerton's catching 5.5 against Portland. What is Portland? What did they just do? They're off the. Oh, that's right. They got shellacked on the road to Wyoming, and Fullerton coming off the Pacific loss. Oof, I like Portland. They got embarrassed by almost 40 in their first road game. Now they return home to play a dog shit Fullerton team. I hate the -5.5. We all know this, but I'm going to lay it. I think they messed them up. They got embarrassed, like absolutely embarrassed on the road. Fullerton is used to losing. They just keep losing and coming back for more. So give me Portland -5.5. I may bet this. That was a horrendous loss they took.
Yeah. It would only be Portland for me as well. Both these teams play games on Saturday as well. It's just I don't know. It's just a weird spot for me. I don't really know what to think of Portland's. I used to think that Shante Legans was a really good coach, but he hasn't really turned this Portland program around like I thought that he once would. So again, it would be Portland or pass, but heavy emphasis on the pass.
Fair. Sac State's catching 20.5 against Cal. I watched that Sac State game. They could not hit a free throw to save their life. This is a 70% shooting team. They shot 19 of 30 against UCLA. Missed the cover by like 2 or 3 points. So that sucked. But you get Cal here, another on the road game. Cal has UCLA on deck, so a bit of a look ahead. That is on Tuesday, so it's not like it's too far out. I think Sac State played fairly well against UCLA, given that UCLA was just on another mission. On the other night, they switched the lineup, and they got all they wanted out of that. Sac State had chances, couldn't do it. Cal, I think they're good, but they got a big game with big brother UCLA next. I'll take Sac State with the points. I'm not going to bet this.
Yeah, I also think that for me, it would only be Sac State as well. Just talking about Cal really quick, they went on the road and played a Kansas State tough and lost that game by 3. And I didn't bet this game, or the next game, but I thought that they would come home and drill Presbyterian. They won that game by 10, and obviously Sacramento State's a little bit better than Presbyterian. And like you said, with UCLA on deck and Utah after that, I think this is actually somewhat of a get-up spot for Sacramento State. So I 100% agree with you. I don't think they looked as bad as 79-48 was, not to mention the fact you had UCLA off of that embarrassing loss to Arizona at home. So you were probably getting UCLA at a max effort as well. You're not going to get that with Cal, or at least not that same type of effort. So I 100% agree with you.
Yeah. Sexton, I'm not betting.
I'm not betting it either, but yeah.
No. Speaking of another one, I'm not going to bet Lafayette and Santa Clara. Do you have anything in this? I mean, Santa Clara's got St. Louis on deck. Maybe a bit of a look ahead.
I've been betting Santa Clara a lot. I didn't bet them versus Idaho State. So it would only be them. But again, I can't really bet a team. I don't mind if you're catching a couple points or just laying a possession or two. But when you're laying 18.5 points and you shoot 65% as a line from the line as a team, just really hard for me. I mean, I really have to love this spot for them, and I'm not in love with this spot for them. I think they win easily, but Louisiana has also played some pretty decent teams as well. So again, doesn't check enough boxes. It would be Santa Clara, but I'm not betting that shit.
No thanks. Grambling State is catching 11.5 versus Cal Baptist. Cal Baptist has been pretty good.
Yeah, this is a pretty step up. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's not a huge step up in class. I don't think that Grambling's been that bad. That's my issue.
No.
Like, I don't. I mean, everybody gets beat up against Iowa State. I mean, and then that San Diego game, I mean, they were in that game. I mean, San Diego took an early lead, but they were in that game for the most part. I think that San Diego, I don't think that Cal Baptist is that much better than San Diego. So, I mean, maybe you get a little bit of tired legs with Grambling in the second half, but yeah. And Cal Baptist plays kind of slow as well. I think Grambling State can kind of keep into this game. I'm not going to bet it, but I do feel like over 11 is a little bit, or over 10, excuse me, is a lot. What happened?
Yeah. The fucking St. Joe's. Never again.
I didn't even look.
This was the spot for you, and you pissed on your leg. It was a 3-point game. Now you're losing by 14.
Probably the luckiest cover I'm going to have all night.
Good God. Fuck. I accidentally double bet Central Michigan. They fucking lose. I go big on St. Joe's. Love them. These fuckers pissed on their leg, and we're basically tied and about to take the lead, and then they just fuck you, St. Joe's.
Oh, Kyle's the one that screwed you because Kyle started talking shit about my UNLV love. He don't know.
This is a terrible spot for UNLV and a great spot for St. Joe's. And St. Joe's, never again will I bet you. Fuck off.
Never again.
No, fuck.
I have those teams.
They fucking suck. If you couldn't get up for this spot, at least keep it within single digits after they just beat Memphis on the road and traveled. Like what? 3 days ago, 4 days ago, fuck you.
I love when people are like, "Oh, you can't." Any rational person would never have a no bet list, and I was like, "Show me a rational gambler, and I'll show you a guy that doesn't have a bet list." Like, what are we talking about here? There's no way that you can't have emotional attachments to some of these bets that you make. Like, it's just impossible. Like USC, I'll never trust this team again, ever in my life. I'm just kidding, but seriously. They suck.
I mean, I can't really blame you too much. They looked like shit tonight, but man, you couldn't have scripted a better spot. Other than it being at home in St. Joe's, you couldn't have scripted a better spot for them to keep this within single digits.
You know who else got lucky today? Just really quick. You know who else got lucky today? Fucking Nebraska.
So they were dominating that game.
Yo, I think that I don't think it was as good as everybody thinks it makes it out to be personally. I think that New Mexico again, they got out to that huge lead and then they tried to coast all the way through. For me, when teams get up to a huge lead like that and then just kind of coast through the games, I worry about that like going forward personally, but we'll see. Maybe I just don't like Fred Hoiberg. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
You have a Fred hate?
A little bit, I think. I can feel it when I talk about him.
Can't really blame you. Now this one is disgusting. Montana State defeated in D1 play, but they've played Colorado on the road. Denver at home loss by 2, and then Stanford, Boise State all on the road. Long Beach State also defeated San Diego State, Fresno, Pacific, and Illinois State. They played Illinois State tough at home, but I think them catching 3.5 at home is telling. Give me Montana State laying the 3.5. I think Montana State gets them. Long Beach, you played Illinois State tough at home, but you played a D2 school and you looked like shit. Montana State also hasn't won, but they played Colorado, Stanford, Boise all on the road. I think this is a spot that they can sense that they can actually get a win. In Long Beach, I'm not a fan of. And Montana State laying 3.5 as a defeated team on the road. That feels silly. Give me Montana State here.
Yeah, couldn't agree this more. I have them circled. There's one on my list. I haven't bet them yet. So I'm not used to doing these long shows, so some of the numbers I haven't really looked at in a while. But I love doing this. Is like so much fun. I wish I could do this every night. Well, my wife wouldn't like that, but I would like that.
Yeah. I would love.
I 100% agree with you. I think that you have a Montana State team that hasn't looked good so far this year, but a lot of hard spots to go to on the road. I mean, even the Denver game in elevation. I think Denver and Long Beach State are very close, very similar, and that game obviously was played at elevation and whatnot in Denver. I also agree with you that I just don't think that Long Beach State's very good. I think that Montana State's a lot better than this team. I know that Long Beach State's been tested as well, but I think that Montana State's been better. I think they've been tested on the road. They've played a harder schedule, and I think they're better both offensively and defensively, if I'm being honest with you guys. So catching Montana State under 4, I thought it had to be a bet.
Yeah, 100%. Let's go Montana State. Bobcats up. Southern's catching 4.5 at San Jose State at the Fighting Les Miles, or I'm sorry, Tim Miles, not the LSU coach. San Jose State lane. Yeah, these little wires got crossed up a little bit. Southern been on the road. Arkansas, Marquette, Washington. They are off a double OT game on Tuesday at Washington. Traveling now. San Jose State also defeated Michigan State, Barbara, and Utah. All on the road. They beat Bethesda at home, but this is their first D1 game against a home team. They're laying 4.5. I know Southern, it also has no wins, but and they played a tough schedule. But San Jose State at home, they can finally get a team they can beat. I think they get this one done. Neither team looks good on paper. They play tough schedules, but I just think at home you get a team traveling in that is defeated. They've gone through some shit with you, just like you have. I think this is a spot you get up for and you get the job done at home. I'll lay it with San Jose State tomorrow, but I will not bet this game. I like Montana State way better than San Jose State.
Oh, I'm betting them both. I love San Jose State here. I hate the spot for Southern first and foremost. I know that the Arkansas and Marquette games on the road they look kind of good for their schedule. It's concerned, but I mean, you just played a double overtime game in Washington. You kind of emptied the tank out in that game. And now it's just a couple of days later against a San Jose State team that I don't think looked absolutely terrible against Michigan State. Obviously, Michigan State, one of the best teams in the country. UC Santa Barbara and Utah, like you said, they're finally coming home with a game to win, not to mention the fact that I feel like they have a pretty significant offensive advantage here. And the thing that kind of threw me over the edge with this bet is that, like we talked about, Southern coming off of that 2 overtime game and then having to travel, they rely a lot on the 3-point shot. And so if they have jelly for legs in this second half, I think that's when really San Jose State's going to get a pull away in this game. So I'm going to be on San Jose State for sure. I suck.
No, I'm with you. It would be San Jose or nothing. The penultimate game of the night. Seattle's catching 10.5 at the Trees, Stanford here. Seattle away from home, not really a spot I like to back them. First road game too. Stanford has Minnesota on deck, but they've been pretty much killing these teams. Portland State they beat by 10. Portland State I think is better than Seattle in my opinion. Beat Montana by holy shit. 23, beat Montana State by 11, and then they killed Louisiana. My math is not good on the spot.
He said, "Holy shit!" 23.
I saw numbers flying around. I was like, oh no, I'm back in third grade. How do I subtract this? Carry the one. Yeah, no, I like Stanford. Seattle on the road, not a fan, and it's their first road game. Stanford has looked good. They're staying home. Yes, you have a little look ahead to Minnesota. That's next Thursday, so they got about a week. So I'll lay it with Stanford. Kind of getting chalky to end the night here, but I think the trees end up getting this done, to be honest.
Yeah, it has been a little chalky at the end of the night. But again, how do you make a case for Seattle? First of all, Seattle was somewhat decent last year as well. And the last couple of years, maybe not so much towards the end of last year, but last year they lost their first two road games to Eastern Washington and to Cal Poly. And then somehow, miraculously, they went into UC San Diego and throttled that team by 13 points. And then UC San Diego lost 2 games the rest of the year. So how Seattle was able to do that, I still don't know. They ended up getting slaughtered by Duke. They got slaughtered by UTEP. They got slaughtered by Western Kentucky. They got not slaughtered by Cal Baptist. But again, they're losing all these games. I think that Stanford's a little bit underrated here. I really like Kyle Smith. I know I really liked him when he coached for Washington State. This is his second year now at Stanford. I mean, they won 21 games last year. I really think this is like a smash spot for Stanford. I think you hit the nail on the head. Seattle off of not at home anymore is an absolute huge red flag. On top of the fact, look at Seattle. They've played literally nobody. 336, I think, strength of schedule. Denver, Idaho State, Eastern Washington, Cal Poly. And if we're being honest, their schedule probably looks a little bit better because Eastern Washington was covering a couple games early in the season when Loyola Marymount and UCLA and Colorado and stuff like that. But Eastern Washington isn't a good basketball team. Let's just make that very clear right now. Yeah. So, Stanford minus the points for me as well.
There we go. Trees up. Ending the day. Presbyterian's catching 26.5 against UCLA. I kind of want to take the points with Presbyterian. UCLA, congrats. You finally blew out somebody, but they've got Cal, Washington, Oregon on deck. Presbyterian, they're not atrocious. They're bad. They're really bad. Okay, maybe atrocious is a strong word, but they're not good. But they're not like the worst.
Schedule.
Yeah, for their standards, yeah. They got the Georgia State win in East Tennessee. They do have a road win. Fourth straight game coming off the Cal game. UCLA, they got lucky. Sac State couldn't hit free throws, or they were gonna get blown out. I kind of want to take the points with Presbyterian. I think they're better. They're better than Sac State, and you got a bit of a look ahead here for UCLA. They got a tough stretch coming up. I think Presbyterian can lose this game by like 19-20. I'll take the points with Presbyterian at the night.
Yeah, I'm not going to bet this game. I'm really high on this UCLA team. I truly believe in my heart of hearts that they can make a run at this Big Ten title. Or I'm sorry, maybe not a Big Ten title, but top 3 or 4 seeds in this Big Ten, which I think would be really good for them. And then make a run in the NCAA tournament. I really like Donovan Den and Thibodeau and stuff like that. And I think Sky Clark with another year under another year under Mick Cronin will only continue to get better. But I'm not trying to lay 26 points with them right now. I mean, isn't it weird? I mean, maybe it's just because I'm a West Coast guy, but it's just so weird for them to have games coming up against Cal, Washington, Oregon, and Gonzaga, and they're all like non-conference games. It's just weird. I don't know how they really approach that. I mean, I'm not trying to think that they're not going to take it seriously, but it's just old rivalries. I wouldn't be surprised if they were kind of looking ahead to that because, again, the next 5 games after this are all against teams that they used to play in a conference against, besides Gonzaga.
True.
The Pac-12 you know what I mean? So it's just weird. Like I feel like it's just a weird spot for me. So it would be Presbyterian or pass for me. I just can't lay that many points with UCLA.
Yeah, no, I can't. They showed it one time. They did switch their lineup, so maybe they go back to it and have some success. But they did benefit to cover based on some 11 or 12 missed free throws from Sac State, and they missed the cover by 2 or 3 points. So
and
they're a little fortunate.
Yeah, Sac State went 3 for 24 from deep as well. So
yeah, that too. They got lucky. The more I talk about this, the more I like Presbyterian. They benefited mightily from Sac State playing terribly, and now they're Yeah, I'll take Presbyterian. I'm probably going to bet this. That is it. One last thing we got to do. What is your favorite play of the day? You got one? We do a little parlay to end the show. What's your play you want to throw in there?
If I had to pick one, it would probably be probably the Wisconsin BYU over, or that should I pick a side? Georgia. We'll just do Georgia.
You want Georgia? All right. Georgia -10. I'm contemplated between Samford or Central Connecticut.
You say Sam or Stanford?
Samford with an M. No, I'll take Central Connecticut. I'll say they've been battle tested. They've gone to Boston College, got it done. Rutgers doesn't deserve to be laying 15, and they have a look ahead. So give me Central Connecticut. Let's do that. Little two-teamer
I
right
like
there.
that one too. I like that one too.
Let's get it. Little two-teamer. I don't have the odds. I'm guessing it's probably around like 260, 250, somewhere around there. But yeah, that's it. I got one last thing before we get out of here. Gotta shout out Rhythm. These guys are awesome. Their product is great. I've been saying it over and over. It's really NBA props was crushing it. The 2-week stretch or week stretch, whatever, before college was back. They were crushing for me. NFL has been crushing. Texans tonight. That was free, and they have the model making. The model making is great. You can just putz around, change your sliders, whatever factors you want, and just it's a good time waster, and you can make a really good model that's got great back tested results. And they're also doing the leaderboards. So if you just track your bets from the same model, like 5 or 10 bets, you can enter to win like $1,000 or whatever. It goes like highest ROI of the weekend or for the week. So every week they're giving away like $1,500, $2,000 for free. All you do is track the bets. So great service, great people over there, and highly recommend it. We will have a play of the day out for Rhythm out tomorrow. Unfortunately, we haven't discussed it, but I just want to shout out Rhythm before we get out of here because they have been great. So shout out Rhythm and shout out Toast for coming on. Appreciate you, Toast.
Of course,
it's a blast chopping up the board for 2.5 hours, but we made it to the end, and I think we got a pretty good read, some great spots. On the board.
I filled my note sheet up, so that's always good.
There we go. Again, thanks again, and everybody else. We will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably be a later one, the Friday one. So, no slides. I got to do some driving and moving around and shit, but no slides tomorrow, unfortunately. But there will be a show. It will be a later one, and we will go over the board. So we will see you then, and then until then, take it easy and toodles.
Have a good night, guys.